Do you want us to mute yet, or are you going to tell us when you...
I have started it, so that will be the first thing people hear. um, Hi, everybody. This is the Sunken World Saga. Let me go to a better visual for you. Here we go. So we're going to be starting out here with a little video that you'll be able to watch independently of the stream if you'd like to watch it slower, in more detail. Basically, it's going to be outlining the specific regions of this world that we're playing in, giving a little bit more background information. It is narrated in character, so there are some biases, some things that are maybe true, maybe half true. But it is now 6 o'clock, so welcome any viewers that might exist to the Sunken World Saga. Here we go. We will be watching the video, and it is 11 minutes, 32 seconds.
There's a reason the trade lands are called such. We invented it. Beside my homeland sits the now shrunken lands of Zashan. Oh, it's had a few hundred names since the days when its empire held much of the world. Smartest people in the world, Azesha. But you'd be smart too, if the first people to put up walls around a cluster of houses were your ancestors a few thousand years ago. If your kid's talented or smart, that's why you'll be one to send them. If you take trade and commerce seriously, you want to get in good with Shah. Above Zashan sits a nation that broke off its first empire. Ursamer was carved out a few hundred years ago in a holy war, and it now stands ruled by a council dictated by their priests. With a single god, we're lucky there are many aspects of the big man that different folk in Ursamer pray to. Different sides of one coin with which to trade, high to fight, or high to kill. There's more to it than that, but none that matter. Ursamer has many enemies, and no excess of allies. Now the Spicer Coast. Home. You want freedom? Coast is for you. Riches? The place to be. A life on the most beautiful waves the world can conjure. Well,
they will,
you know
however,
where to
be
look.
brought to heel.
My city, Shaltan, is a young and hungry lion eyeing the king on top of his hill.
On anything important.
That's Caspecia.
The Jade Kingdoms is the name given to our lands by what is known as the Shah.
Hey,
First thing
is hey, sorry everybody, hello. I think we have some echoing audio here, so sorry about that. I don't know if someone else might be watching the stream,
and our hand is within each region of Walhall.
but I can certainly hear it. I don't know where it's coming from, so this is, I'm sorry, this seems very unprofessional. Is somebody watching the stream? If you're watching it, would you just mind muting it? One of the players.
It would have to be. All lands but two owe a great debt to our empire. Those lands are Shashan and Shuhan itself. What makes Shuhan work is not the blood in your veins given to you by your mother and father. The fact of the
Hey, if one of you all are watching the stream, could you please mute it?
Much could be said about the land of Ankol. It's been at war with itself for some time.
Okay, I am not sure what exactly happened, but I am going to just play the video from the beginning. So I'm very sorry about that. We will start back here. We'll start around the minute and a half mark, because I think that's when I noticed that there was a cross-contamination thing going on there. So I'm terribly, terribly sorry. Hopefully for the next session that won't be something that happens.
He's a young
Here we go.
and hungry lion eyeing the king on top of his hill. That's Caspecia. For now. That's where the bulk of the power and the alliance of the Spicer cities lie. Again, for now. There are others, but most of us operate under the same laws. Mainly the law of staying out of each other's way. The South is difficult to explain to outsiders. They think it hot. that there are too many different groups to keep track of. But in Mana, my brother knows that our difference is our strength, that it is the sun that keeps us alive. In ancient days, the war of tribes made us strong and tempered us for the peace forged by my family. In every other world power, they are limited by infighting, ancient grudges of a people pretending to be one. In Mana, under our king, as once we were beneath the pharaohs of old, before the Jeshen came, we are many peoples standing together. To our north there is the Uthara Desert, and the tribes within serve as a useful buffer to the northern world. They are secretive, patrolling a desert in which anyone else would get lost. Little of them can be seen or known to outsiders, but somehow any time they step out of the dunes to speak with us, they know more about our side of the world than we can expect. To our east lie a pack of jungle nations banded into a kingdom, a shadow of our own. Young though they are, we know that we cannot ignore the threat they present. In battle they are fierce, and in trade they are deadly. No nation in the world ignores their goods or their contracts. They will, however, be brought to heel. They're so worried about the color of their clothing and what it means to their priests that they can't keep focus very long on anything important. The Jade Kingdoms is a name given to our lands by what is now Jeshen millennia ago. The first thing traded between us and the First Empire was a pot of jade, so that is what they called us for thousands of years. But we don't worry. Let them call us what they like, and all their gold can become ours. My land, Shuhan, is the most powerful in the region. We are not constantly at war with ourselves, aside from a failed coup d'etat a few years ago, and our hand is within each region of Walhan, be it by trade or cultural deployment. None can resist what a Shuhan merchant or storyteller brings before them. Though Jeshen perhaps puts down trade laws in writing, they are born within the walls of the imperial palace. And they would have to be. All lands but two owe a great debt to our empire. Those lands are Jeshen and Shuhan itself. What makes Shuhan work is not the blood in your veins given to you by your mother and father, but the fact that the sweat of those on the bottom rung actually get them somewhere. Much could be said about the land of Onkol. It has been at war with itself for some time, religious problems giving rise to civil unrest. The Sultan rules, and serves as a valuable ally to the Emperor of Shuhan, but he fights with priests of two different faiths for the sins of his father. Too much to control, and with resources spread too far to control it. Still, it is a beautiful nation, and pieces they place around Walhard move in most unpredictable ways. The Dazistrian steppe is home to nomads who ride horses and unleash clouds of arrows that spell death to any they find. They raid in Jeshen, Onkol, and even in Shuhan. Luckily, they're just as likely to fight each other, and for a few supplies or weapons can be convinced to start new clan feuds. So the surrounding nations have always had one shared agreement that will never break. Keep the clans at each other's throats, because if they ever unified, the world would be theirs in the time it took their horses to ride to each corner. On Wester Island, my people have lived for thousands of years alongside the Mushato, the Kiatoi, and the many groups of the South. Now the South has been absorbed by the Zolka, a group who came from a land as large as Walharn when they lost too many wars and found space they could find many victories. They have taken the mountain, the jungles, the plateaus, and absorbed the peoples they conquer into their ranks. An army with great power, better organized, and with wealth enough to trade with lands on the continent they've never seen. They expand and build and take in everything they find. If my people weren't strong, they would terrify me. My people are the Hakote. Once three tribes of humans, orcs, and elves, we came together in the face of the southern threat when they arrived. Once we were the Ha, the Ko, and the Te. Now we are one. Stories passed back by mercenaries or law speakers from my tribe that travel to the continent tell of nomads, riding tribes in flatland on the mainland of Walharn. And one thing is as true there as it is for the Hakote. Speed, the saddle, these are life. Without them we are lost. Without them we are the same as the people going around on their feet. And those people are for raiding. Like the Kiatoi, forest people. Like us, they used to be many tribes, but came together in confederation when their forest began to die. One tribe, a tribe of wood elves, had the solution to save them. So the humans and dwarves and halflings agreed to follow them. If I were them, I'd have picked a tribe to lead that was better at fending off a few hundred Akote on horseback. And finally, to the west, there's the Mashato. Mysterious fuckers. You can sometimes find them out in their villages, but most of them keep in the cliff villages against the Great Mountain, or stay below it. They're not too bad. Some of the prisoners we can take on raids pass a few poems around, and they're not too bad to listen to either. My father thinks we should start calling them our allies. Fight with them against the Zolka. I'm not sure I agree. If you have to ask why the Green Kingdoms are called such, then you have clearly never been. Nowhere has better farmland or more beautiful scenery than Dasiro or our former rulers, the Hallandor Empire. Perhaps below the Artashan Mountains, the dwarves even grow in green gardens. We have no way of knowing. Artashan is the only kingdom in the world that is a single race. The dwarves there once were great friends to the entire world, but have drawn back of late. Now the only outsiders left below the mountain are traders from Axum in the south, and what the dwarves are doing below, well, they're not telling. Hallandor is the most dangerous nation in the entire world. Millions upon millions of trained soldiers, an infrastructure 1,000 years old, and a religion with no compunction toward killing. So they've grown in the last few decades again. They have never recovered from their greatest loss, Dasiro, their northern neighbor. All the columns and togas in the world won't make their elven emperors forget that. In my country, Dasiro, we are bound by ancient structures of honor. Our faith in the Holy Twins keeps us on a righteous path, and one that does not believe in the excess of the Hallandor Empire. Our knights defend our king, even when he is a sickly little boy like my younger brother. The peasants clamor at the feet of our nobility, as is natural, and new nobility defends the old to earn or secure their place in court. But greater than any trade or art we give the world is our holding back of the savages to our north in the form of the Yorn. They have always raided south, but our soldiers and knights keep them from reaching south of us by land.
Yorn is a land of heathen tribes that seek blood simply to see it run out of the bodies of the defenseless. Savages that ride on foot or by their long boats, they killed my people for generations of autumns and springs. You'll find all the races save for halflings and elves, but don't expect an orc from Yorn to let an orc from Hallandor off easy in a raid. Their way is killing. Even when they were conquered by a white dragon for hundreds of years, still they killed millions. Now, because of my father, they are free. But still they raid, and kill, and worship their disgusting gods. My kingdom, Dalryoth, was founded by refugees from devastation millennia ago. We were a people who cowered from the raids coming from our west, and begged for help from the people from the south. Help never came, until at once my father received word from new gods, and found the scattered fangs and scales of a silver dragon defeated by the white, who ruled the Yorn tribes. My father forged the hammer I now wield, and struck the dragon down, becoming ruler of a new land changed by the Light Father and Light Mother. The South never helped us when we needed it, but now they will receive my aid. Aid in the form of salvation from eternal hell. In their worship of disgusting heathen gods, they risk hellfire. The fire I bring will seem like a hot day if they do not submit.
Hey everybody, welcome back. I'm gonna turn up my gain just a little bit. Hey, if you all want to unmute, that's all good. Everybody here? Sorry about that little bit of confusion folks. Hope the video was still coherent. And welcome. Welcome to the Sunken World. This is a D&D live stream where there are 8 players. The sessions will have 4 characters max, and each player has 2 characters of their own. This is actually our second session, but the first session unfortunately wasn't saved, so that's going to be counted as sort of a 0 ep. But is everybody, if you have the stream open, just mute it, please. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to have the characters introduce themselves, well, the players introduce themselves, and the character that they'll be playing in this session. I'm going to go in alphabetical order by character name. And if you don't mind just saying your name, your character name, and their class. So, Emmy, you are first. I just realized I am muted here. Hey, Emmy, do you mind? We're going to do the character introductions. You up first. We're going to do your name, character name, and class.
Okay. Oh, do I go now?
Yes, sorry.
All right, my name's Emmy, and I'm going to be playing Adira Signoya, a cleric.
Okay, next up, Logan.
Hey, I'm Logan. I'm going to play Arden. I'm a rogue.
Okay, next up, we have Ash. Which is Ian, who might be muted.
I was talking for a little longer than it took for me to realize. My name is Ian Highland. I'm playing Ash, a halfling warlock.
And finally, we have Aster.
I am Connor Talls, and I am playing Aster Snowborn, and I am a druid.
Wow, we got a little bit more official with some last names. We're promoting our socials. Okay, so
Ben, I got a brand to upkeep here.
You do. I'm sorry. So
I'm a total follower, and I heard a last name and ran with it.
So we are playing in Hallandor in the Green Kingdoms. This group is a group that has already met each other and gone on a mini adventure, but we are going in the real adventure. They are... Let me zoom in here. They are here in this town. Boop. Which is the town of... Oh, sorry. Here is the map for you all, the players, the people who matter most to me in the world. You are on top of a town that you are currently in. And that town is the town of Equalinum. And the players, to give a bit of background, they came together at a meeting that was supposed to be the beginning of a sort of guild of rat catchers, people who are hired to kill monsters, solve problems, go on adventures. They decided to go on an adventure that was available at the time in this sort of fledgling guild, and it was to deliver medicine. They decided not to do any of the other jobs that were offered, one of which included going and killing a wizard. They went out, they successfully gave the medicine to the alderman of the nearby town that they were supposed to give it to, and then when they returned, unfortunately, they saw the adventure hall lit up in flame. And you all come to the town. It's nightfall. Well, it's after nightfall. And you see before you this building on fire. And no one is really making an effort to put the fire out. There are the 4 of you. And you all notice a symbol that is familiar to you, because it was a symbol that a man who claimed that he was loyal to a wizard in the region, he had it branded on his stomach. It is a 5-fingered hand with the fingers splayed out, and with a roaring bear face in the middle of the palm. And the fire seems to be carved around that symbol in the front of the burning building. How do you all feel seeing this?
A little uneasy considering the last time I saw that symbol, the guy that had the symbol beat me within an inch of my life in one hit. So, not too good.
First of all, I know that there's a building on fire over there, but did anybody else realize how nice this guy's house was? I feel like he really wasn't part of the working people when you really look at how fancy this lovely little home was.
But why is no one helping?
That's a good question, actually. I'm gonna look around for people to help put out the fire.
Okay, so what you notice about the crowd is it seems like they are all very terrified, very cowed by this fire. Except for one man who's sort of standing in front. He is in black robes that are sort of a toga design, and you all have been in Hallandor, each of you by yourselves, long enough to know that typically the toga design is only reserved for the patrician class. Everyone else has sort of transitioned out of that age of antiquity dress, but a lot of the rich folk still wear them. And he sort of stands in front of everyone, and he has an air of authority around him. He has short black hair, and it is carved into a just very, very sensible haircut. He's a real sensible man. And he gazes into the fire with a steely black look in his eyes.
Adira is going to approach this man.
Hello. He does
Why
not
aren't
look
you-
away from the fire.
Why aren't you doing anything? It's on fire. This building is on fire. There are people in there.
He looks at you and he says, I would not approach the fire. If you do, it changes. It moves.
Moves
It's
how?
magic, and
Water did not work. I need to nail down this guy's Water did not work. We threw it at the fire and it did not put it out. Men tried to rush in, put it out, and the fire changed direction and burned them. It is best to let it play out. Do any of your characters say anything to yourselves or the assembled people?
Adira is going to clasp her hands together in prayer.
Okay.
Aster is going to look between the people in the fire and then just not get too close, but try and cast like frostbite just on a section where you can see flames.
Okay.
To see if like magical ice might help or something.
Ash is gonna go up between Aster and the building, and like where the fire would be.
Okay. How close do you get, Ash?
I think like close enough that I'd be able to react if anything happened, but not like on top of it, just like enough space that I might be able to like protect Aster.
How many feet off are you going to be?
Oh, let's say 25 feet.
Okay. You get 25 feet away. Aster, you're maybe about 30 feet back.
Yeah.
And you cast frostbite. There's like a section of the door that is on fire, so you can try to cast it there. That's like a good point. And the fire fails its wisdom saving throw. Um, and you see for a moment the flames sort of sputter out, and this block of ice just sort of forms around that part of the door, and then way more of the fire that is around that area seems to rush to that spot, and the ice melts away, and the fire that was there a moment before bursts up bigger than it was before.
Oh no.
How does the crowd react?
The crowd, they've seen this before, but there are still a few gasps. There are a lot of and so they sort of shuffle back a bit.
Isn't there like a town wizard or anything?
No, unfortunately there is not.
Right.
Can anyone else cast frostbite?
I can make the fire worse.
He, for the first time, looks away from the fire to look at you and says, "Do not do that."
I figured.
Look, we do not have the resources to put this out. Are you all... He looks up and down. He looks the four of you up and down and notices what you're wearing, and he says, "Are you all capable?"
Well, that's a mighty fine question. Oh, let me ask before I answer that. Did you notice anybody around who's a little might be suspicious?
Several people who were suspicious. The tribesmen who have been conducting raids around Alandor.
Well, I look around at everybody else. I'm like, I don't know. Should we just let it burn down and then try and find out who did it and avenge, all those people that were inside?
Are there any people inside? Like, can we tell through the flames?
If there were people inside, they are not moving or close enough that you can see.
Okay.
Aster is going to just start pulling seeds out of his pouch and just walking from person to person and giving each of them a flower and being like, I'm sorry.
Make a persuasion check.
Let me get there. Persuasion. 11.
Okay, most of the people kind of eye you like, all right, you big weirdo. But then you get to one, small family, father, mother, daughter, and you give each of them a flower, and they all seem a bit appreciative.
Just give him a smile and keep walking.
Okay. The man in the black robe looks at you all and says, "Are you capable?"
Do you want us to find who did this?
Yes, I would.
Adira turns to them, and I guess now only just Aster and Arden, and says, "We have to do this no matter what. That was going to be our guild."
Is this another prank?
I truly do not think it is another prank.
This is a very bad prank, if it is.
Very devastating.
I think that maybe this is beyond our pay grade. I mean, not for nothing, but if we can't even put out this spell with our magic, how are we supposed to take on somebody who can cast it?
I do not think he can cast it at will. I think there is a limit to this type of fire.
Also, for the pay grade, technically there is no more guild, so we can set our own pay grade. There's no union anymore.
Well, I suppose, but like, shouldn't there be like a sheriff's department or something like that looks into some stuff like this and takes care of it?
The closest legion is in Gaiacuse. That is 3 days away.
Oh, Lord.
I
Do you know anything about the cannibal wizard?
Yes. Vignarvan. He is from the northern region of the Empire. From one of the tribes that is allowed their own lands for good behavior. And as you can see, and he motions at the fire, he has not been keeping that.
He has been naughty.
I ask if you are capable because I have a personal stake in this matter as well. If you would please come to my house. And he turns and he points towards a large building you can see in the sort of... let me take you to it. Let me take you to the map. You can see... He points you towards a large building that towers over the other side of this square, with a tile roof, but the tiles in the moonlight seem to be almost violet.
Ooh, cool.
And he
Pretty
says,
roof.
I can pay you and perhaps give you something to mitigate this fire. Not this one, but were he to do it again. And he turns and he walks through the assembled crowd.
I guess I follow. Yeah, I guess I'll follow everybody else, whatever they do.
Yeah.
We follow this man.
Alrighty, you all follow this fellow to my misspelled map. There you all are. You can move your tokens. You come to his little area, and you can see that his house is very tall. And he walks forward and opens the door, and now I get to reveal an area. Isn't that fun? Hey, look at that. You can see inside of his house as he walks in and says, please be quiet until we reach my study. My children are asleep.
Adira turns to look at Aster.
Oh, I get you. Nice.
Yeah.
She
Why-
motions to be quiet.
Why are you looking at me for that? Oh, sorry.
Because you're not whispering as it is, man. Come on.
Why are you looking at me for that?
He enters his study and motions you all in, and he points at the chairs and says, I'm sorry, there are only 2. Apologies. He sits down and opens up a drawer in his desk and starts pulling stuff out.
Arden is already sitting in one of the chairs.
Aster's standing. Actually, Aster's probably walking around looking at books.
Ash forgot to follow. He kind of just looked around. He's never been in a house that's this nice before.
Yeah, it is very nice. There is a sort of brown marble as the floor, and really, really nice plastery stone walls. All the furniture that you can see is really nice. In this little entry spot, there is a portrait of this man, a woman who is about his age, and then a young woman, and then 2 very little boys.
Ash explored the kitchen a little. He got distracted and explored the kitchen a little bit, and then realized and trots back in.
Please, one of you have a seat if you like. What are your names?
I'm so sorry, but Ash would be sitting on Arden's lap.
Yeah, I really do think so.
How does
I don't know
Arden
how to
react
say
when
it.
this little man just pops up onto his lap?
There is probably more than enough room, so I mean it works. He's fine with it.
Adira takes his seat in the other chair.
Aster's still perusing all the books on the shelf.
He keeps like shooting his eyes over at you, Aster, to make sure you're not like dog earing any of his books. As you shoot over his desk, but he looks up and says, "What are your names?"
I'm Ash.
I'm Adira.
I'm Arden.
I'm Aster.
A lot of A's.
A lot of A's.
A lot of A's. I am Luden.
Oh my god, you know what? I just noticed that. That's really funny. Like, look at that.
I'm glad that I could help you with your realization. Now, I am Luden. I am the magister of this town. I make some decisions, and I have a allotment of funds that I am allowed to give out for particular works. He has reached into one of his drawers and pulled out a very hefty sum of coin.
Ash just can't take his eyes off of it.
Now, the reason I have asked you to come here, and why I told you that this was a personal matter to me. When the tribesmen came, and their leader, Vignar Van, the wizard of which you speak, when he set fire to that hall, they took off west. My daughter is a merchant. Less than a day ago, she set out on the western road. In the event that his men fall upon them, I believe they will try to capture each member of the caravan. And as you said, you are aware of what happens to his captives.
Oh. So you want us to go and save your daughter?
It might be nothing. Perhaps his men will leave the road before they even catch wind of the caravan.
Well, I'm certainly happy to go and make sure your daughter's okay for you if you're not feeling up to it yourself.
I have duties here. 2 young sons that need me now. And I am not capable. Ash has kidney stabbed Arden.
Oh, sorry.
No, I'm just joking around.
Because he's sitting on me, his dagger just kind of like poked into my kidney.
Yeah, that +1 aspect of it, it just cuts through the sheath and just falls in.
Sorry. Trying to set my stats up.
Do you want us to kill this man or apprehend him? Or is this just about your daughter?
I will pay you to make sure my daughter is safe, but if you could kill him, capture him, either would be worth a great deal to the Empire.
Well, I mean, this is the cannibal wizard guy. Somebody from the guild is supposed to be on it already. There were like 6 dudes who went there to deal with him. He probably just missed the guy, you know? They're probably fine, right? And I look up at Arden on his lap. I'm like, you're fine, right?
You're like, Dad?
There were 6 of them. So, I mean, statistically, yes.
I'm sorry to say that before I arrived at the burning, apparently he shouted that he knew that was where the men who tried to kill him came from. I believe they are dead. Or captive, and will be dead soon.
They'll be eaten. Oh, that's really grim.
He looks really upset when you say that, but he doesn't say anything.
Do you know what happened to the guy who lived in that building?
He burned inside.
It's
Not
gonna be
wanting to
really
leave.
awkward.
When his cousin finds out that it's not a prank this time.
No. He was the one who kept getting pranked.
Yeah,
I
he was the
know,
one-
but did we not send the letter?
We sent it to him.
Oh my.
Oh.
All right.
I think you might have to train the addressee.
Wait, didn't he say he didn't even have a cousin?
No, he doesn't have a nephew.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
Well, he doesn't.
Well, yeah, he's dead now, so.
He's dead now, so he
Apples
doesn't
to
really have
oranges.
a cousin anymore, does he?
I am not sure. Please.
Well, I think we should probably try and catch up to him at least. You know, maybe we could get a drop on him, give him the old kidney shank, and call it a day, right? Like, it shouldn't be that bad, right?
You see that Adira has just sort of sank into herself, and she's just sort of twiddling with her thumbs.
I mean, he just killed a bunch of people. Like, I know that we were against the murder last time, but it certainly is a little bit more of a, like, preventative saving, if you ask me.
Yeah, I agree. I was mostly against the murder because he didn't lead with the cannibal part. He just said wizard.
I do gotta say, I do agree with that. There is more of a, like, oh, he's just a wizard, rather than, like, oh, he's a cannibal.
Speaking of which, would you happen to know what kind of wizardry he's into? The last wizard we fought, who almost killed me, was into lizards. He was a lizard wizard. He had 3 of them.
I do not
Is he-
know.
Is he fire? That would be thematically good.
Fire seems to be a large part of his oeuvre. But he seems to have a twisted magic.
Oh, maybe he's like an evacuation wizard.
He's a meat mage because he's a cannibal.
Oh my goodness. They have meat magic.
I am unfamiliar
must
with this discipline of wizardry.
Adira finally moves. She puts her hand over her head. And then she stands up and stands before, I forget this man's name, the
Luton.
magistrate. And she says, "We will do it."
I thank you. And he looks to the rest of you.
Oh yeah, well I'm with her or whatever she says.
Might as well take him down.
If they're in, I'm in. And he just shrugs.
Thank you, he says, and he stands up. And he passes the coins across the desk. And says, I will give you twice as much when you return. Thank you. And further, and he reaches down and he pulls out a potion, and it's a big ass potion. It's like a 2-liter. It looks like a 2-liter of Voltage Mountain Dew. And he smiles a sort of weak smile at you and says, I do not know if all of you will be able to drink this, but it will help shrink the case, shrink the chance that you will be killed in the fire.
What is it?
It's a potion brewed by a friend.
Well, I don't normally drink stuff from strangers. That's what my mom always told me. But in this case, I guess he is giving us a lot of money, and that makes it okay. And I'm gonna take the potion, and I'm gonna take however much an appropriate swig is.
Oh, okay, it only lasts for an hour, so that's probably a waste.
Oh, well, you should have led with that, man.
You feel that you are now resistant to fire damage.
All right, let's fucking go. Like, wait, so did I drink it all?
No, you had about
shotgun it.
You thought an appropriate amount, probably a third, so there are now 2/3 of this left.
I thought he was saying like a sip for everybody.
Nope.
Oh my.
Adira takes the potion out of Ash's hands.
Yeah, that's fair.
Again, lead with the important information. Cannibal wizard. 1 hour fire potion.
I apologize. I did not think that you had such low impulse control that you would just drink it right away.
We joined a rat catcher guild.
I
Out
also
of
will say,
nowhere.
you handed it off like you were saying, like, here, go ahead and have a sip. Like, this is gonna help you on your journey.
Yeah, I have to agree with them. It was kind of your fault.
Yeah, that was your fault.
Look, I have given many potions out in my day. No one has ever just drank it right away before I'm even...
We can't really say much. When he came to me and said, hey, would you like to go on grand adventures? It was outside of the inn. He was passing out pamphlets.
You know that this isn't the guy, right? Who?
I know, but like, we're part of a guild. We joined out of nowhere. I'm assuming most of you on impulse.
Yeah, definitely on an impulse for me.
I did need money.
I just kind of found myself in the building.
I'm gonna hop off Arden's lap and just like scurry around everybody. Just be like, I do think we should probably be heading out though, because it does seem a wee bit likely that this girl is in trouble. I'm like trying to not make it so obvious.
He is still looking down at the table, and he says, if you need any supplies, and you feel you can go quickly, I know that some of the shopkeepers are going to have trouble going to sleep.
All right. Oh, do you have a map? I'm gonna scurry around, and I'm gonna be like, Adhira, you can read a map, right?
I think so. Can you not read?
I can read. I'm just not great at maps.
Yeah, it's the scale. He's a halfling, so like to him,
Yeah, everything's confusing.
Huge.
to him, a mile feels like so much longer that when he looks at a map, he's just like, "Wow, the world is so big."
Can Adira scoop Ash up?
You're strong as hell, so probably.
Do you want me to roll for it?
Make an athletics check. And
Okay.
actually, important question, Ash, do you want to be picked up?
It depends on like the style of scoop here.
It's like a cradle, like I'm gonna hold you like a toddler.
Yeah, sure.
Okay, make an athletics check. Yeah.
Do I get advantage?
No?
Dang it! He's okay with it. Well, got a nat 20 anyways.
Doesn't matter. Okay, so Adhira, you all just watch Adhira scoop Ash up.
And she grabs the coins off of the magistrate's desk.
Okay, it is 150 gold.
Whoa.
All right. I also have. We probably need horses, maybe a carriage.
Well, you do have one.
Oh, I thought we abandoned it.
No, you just left it at the
Okay,
stables.
but he's right. We do need a map.
Oh, here. And he pulls out a map.
She hands it to Arden.
Okay, I'm just gonna take it and kind of look at it and realize I've never really done much navigation work.
He points at the map. He gets out the map and he says, "Now this isn't exactly to scale, but we are here." And he points at the little tile, and then he says, "They will be on the road somewhere here or here. About to go to Gaiacuse, the city here."
And you said that's a 3 day.
Yes.
So they're pretty far.
And your daughter left a day ago.
Less than a day ago.
Less than a day ago. And the guy left how long ago?
Within the hour.
Okay.
We could
So
catch
are we
up.
trying to catch up to him and stop him, or are we trying to get to her and warn her?
My preference would be for you to warn my daughter before anything else.
So we've got to get around him without getting caught, and then warn her.
If you kill him, I don't know if the men loyal to him, if they eat flesh. The danger might shrink if you were to kill him.
I would say killing him would be best, because then we would kill two birds with one stone. We're on the road, we find him, we kill him, and then we go tell your daughter, then we go make sure your daughter's safe.
But here, that's also assuming that we can kill him. I mean, like, he's able to do magic that we can't stop.
That is true.
We might be better off going and trying to slip around him and warn them that he's coming for them.
When your
And
daughter
then
left,
get more help.
Was it on foot or with a horse-drawn carriage? On a horse?
It was several wagons.
Okay.
Are there any back roads?
Not that will get you there quicker than the main road.
Do you know if the wizard was on a cart of some sort?
His men ride war horses. Not the fastest, but very strong.
Arden's trying to work it out like a math problem. Like, one train is going 200 miles an hour, the other's going like 80. How long until they collide?
How intelligent is Arden? Can
Not
he do
very.
that math?
He cannot. He's so confused.
Is anyone in our party at all intelligent?
Yeah, I'm pretty smart.
That's kind of why I assumed you would be the one with the map.
I have a high wisdom, but just an average intelligence.
I have a positive. I have 13 intelligence, so I feel like
Arden
I'm the
is-
smartest. But
Exactly average.
Yeah. I grew up on the street.
are you negative intelligence?
Yeah. I'm not, like, unwise. I'm just uneducated.
That's why you were okay with being scooped up like a toddler.
You seem nice.
Could I potentially have, this is kind of a retroactive thing. While I was walking around looking at the bookshelves, could I make an investigation check to see if there was anything that had to do with the Green Mother?
Okay, yeah, make an investigation check.
Oh, 8. Didn't see anything.
You do see a book just that says "On the Northern Gods."
Gonna ask him. Would you mind if I borrowed this?
Which is it?
It's just a book on the Northern Gods.
Oh yes, take it, keep it. I've read it several times.
Thank you.
Of course. You all have any more questions?
I think we're good.
Is there anything that we could say to your daughter so that she knows that, like, we're friends of yours?
Tell her bark bark, but Italian. Tell her, gosh, her father knows she did not take the lemons when she was 11 years old.
Interesting thing to say.
That's an interesting one. We'll
You tell us we don't have time, and then you drop that bomb on us.
Oh, I'm sorry. Do you want to litigate my child's 11th year?
Her father knows that she did not take the oranges.
Lemons.
Lemons.
Note that
Got
down
it.
in the character notes. Important notes.
Her
Black
name.
Greek robes. Knows she didn't take the lemons.
Well, my robes are a bit more Roman, but her name is Claudia.
Claudia.
All right. So, is there anything else you need to tell us?
I've told you everything I know.
Oh, all right. Cool.
As much as I want to know about this lemon story, I think time is of the essence.
Later, perhaps.
Your daughter could tell us.
Of course, yes. Thank you.
Right before we leave, I'm going to walk up, Druid craft a couple flowers, put them on his desk, and then walk out.
He looks actually like sincerely touched when you do that, and he just kind of looks down and doesn't make eye contact and says, "Thank you."
We'll get her back.
Thank you.
Do.
Okay, and as you all leave, you can hear the ringing of a smith's hammer from the merchant quarter of the town. Do you have any interest in shopping before you head out?
Would I know if there's anyone who can tell me what I have it written down, weird eyeball wand I picked up?
There's always a chance that maybe like at the potion shop or something there could be a person who could cast Identify a little bit quicker than you could look it over.
Oh, did you want me to take a look at that?
Can you figure out what it does? I know we talked about it, and then, magic
totally,
fire and all that.
I could 1000%. Here, let me take a look.
And I'm going to give it to Ash.
Sure.
Who Adira is still holding.
Yeah.
Yes, that's kind of what I figured. Should I roll Arcana?
So to be able to tell exactly what it does, you could either cast it, or you would have to take a short rest to look it over. Unless you had Identify the spell.
No, I kind of just want to get the gist, and then...
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Make
It
an
doesn't give
Arcana
off
check. And
bad vibes.
if it's high enough, I can tell you sort of a general feel that Ash might get with an Arcana. It's a wand. Probably got a spell in it.
Got a weird eye on the end.
So
Picked
what
it up off of a dead wizard.
What I think it might actually be is like a Wand of Tomorrow sight that lets you see a little bit into the future and kind of gather a little bit of intelligence for any sort of mission that you need. He didn't cast it. You see how this doesn't have any nicks in it? That means that he didn't cast it, which means that's why he didn't know we were coming.
Yeah.
So yeah, there still might be something in there. That's just what I think, though. I'm not 100%. It's been a while.
Do I
since
believe
I've
him?
seen any wands.
I 100% believe him.
I mean, I guess Ash make a deception check.
I just want people to think I'm smart.
All right, and Aster make a insight check.
Oh.
You believe? Well, no, you know that he's lying.
I'm just going to keep it to myself. Just smile and be like, all right.
All right, and you do still hear in the distance, tink, 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 tink.
Should we go sell these short bows? Did anybody take that warhammer?
I can't use it.
You
Wait,
did
I
take
can't
the
do
warhammer.
Well, I meant is anyone keeping it to use?
Oh, I have it, yes. But I'm not going to use it.
Yeah, I can't use it either.
I'm a rogue.
I'm
cannot.
probably not the best person to be holding on to that thing.
Should we go sell these things then?
Yes, we could buy better weapons.
I think we might need them.
Or better armor might be even more important.
Yeah.
That is very true.
And you all walk to the merchant quarter. There are 4 shops that seem to have some type of activity going on. There is the blacksmith's place. There is a potion shop, a armor shop, and let me pulse, and one that seems to be just kind of a general goods store.
Aster is going to go to the armor shop, maybe.
Before everyone goes places, Adira hands out 30 pieces of gold to each of them
Okay.
from the bag she took off the magistrate's desk.
Sweet.
Great. Also, and then I'm gonna go up to Arden and I'm gonna be like, Arden, I feel like maybe you should still see if you can get it like identified to know specifically, because while I think I'm
Like
right,
how-
I'm not 100%.
Like how far in the future I can see. Got it.
Yeah, like that sort of thing. I'm not 100%.
Yeah, absolutely.
And then I'm gonna head off to the armor shop. Thanks, Adira. Thanks for the ride, because I assume she's been carrying me this whole time.
Yep.
Um,
It also makes walking go faster.
It really does. I'm gonna hop off. Maybe I should get a dog. I look around at it. Should I get a dog? Like a big one?
I could maybe just get like a little baby Bjorn.
Now that's insulting. And then I'm gonna walk away now.
Would he have like gone to move to go with me?
Ash?
Probably, yeah.
Then I would have like offered to give him a piggyback ride.
I'll hop on, yeah.
All right.
That's
No,
insulting
actually, I
as he
won't. I
climbs.
won't because I'm a little insulted. I'm a little worried that he's gonna turn into a horse while I'm on.
Don't worry, I can't do it again today.
For the purposes of role playing, you'll have had a long rest since the test session, so
Sweet.
you could do it again if you wanted. I hope you don't do it in the shop. But Ash, when you get to the doorknob is so high that Aster will have to be the one to open it.
All right, let's go in.
Mage hand.
All right, and you all open the door, and there is a little elf woman. She is about 5'4". She has short, like almost sort of a bob of black hair, and she is in a white toga dress sort of deal. And when you come in, she looks up and says, "Oh, hello. Hi."
Hey.
And she closes a book. Well, welcome. Hello, welcome. I'm Juliet. This is my shop. Are you looking for armor? Usually we're closed, but I couldn't go to sleep, and I thought if anybody wanted to do any business, maybe with the fire going, they thought, I need a little bit of protection. So welcome to my shop. Hello.
That's
What
actually
were you
exactly what I was thinking.
So what type of armor do you all like? She stands up and walks over in front of you, Ash.
Well, I'm gonna turn around and show off my old leather armor that I've been using. I like to keep things light, be a little nimble, Gotta be quick, gotta be fast. So anything in that world is probably up my alley if you got it.
Yes, I have leather armor that would be about the same as that, but I have a bit of boiled leather with some studs in it. Would that possibly help?
That might work, yeah.
Of course. And she goes around and she says, "Now, luckily, it is a set of armor that fits every single body type." And she comes back around with a suit of studded leather armor.
Wow.
And she says, "Yes, this would be 65 gold."
65. All right. So here's the thing. We're actually off to go and try to defeat that big wizard that carved the scary bear symbol into the side of that dude's house. Is there any chance that you could give just a little bit of a discount so that we can really afford to be safe and come back and make sure that he's actually good and gone from this town?
Okay, make a persuasion check with advantage. She smiles and nods and says, "I'll call it 50 gold."
Yeah, that sounds really wonderful. Thank you so much.
Of course.
And I'm gonna pay the lady.
Yeah, and she takes it, just sort of like palms it, bounces it up and down a little bit, feels it, and smiles. Big old smile. Very nice smile. And then she leans down and hands it over to you.
Okay, cool.
And it is, I'm sure that you know this, but it is 12 plus your dex mod.
Okay, I did not know that. Thank you.
And you, large human man, large human man.
Yep, that's me. I have a question.
I might have an answer.
We fought these lizards.
Oh no.
and we took their hides, and I was just wondering, is there a way that you could cure this and turn it into leather itself, like armor?
Yes. I certainly could. Is that what
And,
you would like me to do?
Well, about how much would that cost?
For me to make it, since I don't need the materials, it would only be about 5 gold for the time.
That sounds quite wonderful. I have 40 pounds of hide here. Is that enough?
That is exactly enough.
I'm gonna hand it over, and also the 5 gold.
All right. Well, it will take me
Yeah.
a couple of days to make this work.
That's okay. We'll be back. I also have these 9 lizard scales, and I was wondering, could you make it like a studded leather, but some of the studs are these scales?
That would be quite a bit more expensive.
How much?
It would be another 50 gold.
No, I'll just stick with the regular leather.
All right. I could put some of those on as decoration if you like.
Yeah, that would be nice.
Certainly. And she takes however many you give her.
I give her all 9.
Okay. And if you all are done buying armor.
Like maybe on the shoulders. That would look kind of cool.
Yes, scale pauldrons.
Yeah.
Well, thank you all so much. I will get to work, and good luck killing that terrifying man.
I'm gonna give her like an extra 3 pieces of gold, because like, yeah. And I'm also gonna druid craft a couple flowers to give her as well.
Thank you so much. This is very lovely. Thank you.
What were you reading?
It was a book of poetry. Very lovely.
I love poetry.
Oh, would you like me to read you one?
Yes, please.
All right, and as she reads one, we go over to the blacksmith.
Dang it!
I mean, if you all want, I can bust out one of my Cavalier poems. No, over at the smithy, Hardin and Antira, you walk in, and there
Are you
is...
insisting that you didn't write copious amounts of literature for this campaign?
I do actually have some. I just didn't think they would come up this early. So let me...
I'm
You know what?
expecting like an Elder Scrolls amount of in-game literature.
All right, we flash back as Ben pulls up his Google Doc to the armor shop as she cracks open the book of poems and says, "What type of mood for the poem are you thinking?" There are only like 3 moods of poem in this book, so tread carefully.
While Ash is getting bored, he's gonna kind of like dip and dodge and dive around and make sure he still can move well in his studded leather armor.
Yeah, so during this poetry reading, Ash will be just doing like combat rolls like a Dark Souls character.
I'm gonna,
iframes.
Yeah, and then I'm gonna like try to hide behind stuff and make sure that I'm still like good, like hidden.
I don't know where your little friend goes. I hope he doesn't steal anything from me while I'm graciously reading you a poem. So there's like a poem about death, a poem about love.
Let's go for love.
Okay. To Sophia with her golden hair. Dearest Sophia, who has so often called my name, with a will wild so desperate to be tame. Let rest down you that golden hair, bind not that high braid you wear. Leave the tangles where they fall, gather not to hide it all. Your waves of yellow roll out, oh please, to flit and spin against the breeze. A nest of honey sweet as wine, though you do not see it so fine. Like the sun rolling across an ivory hill, a chance to see it if you will. The tresses like a great beacon of light, the messes to mortals quite a sight. And then some dogs bark outside. of the golden fire atop your crown, Sophia, my dear, leave your hair down. And then she closes the book and looks over in the direction of the blacksmith forge and says, is that good enough? And then we go to the blacksmith forge.
Just very beautiful.
When you enter the forge, Adhira and Arden, Ash, everyone can see you in the middle of the armor shop.
Can we see through a window? Like,
unfortunately not.
What is Ash doing?
Actually, you can see somebody looking in the window, and you just for a moment feel like you can lip read really well as they say, there's a little halfling dancing around in there. But you all enter, and
That's why I had to scoop him.
There is a grumpy-looking dwarf leaning over the anvil, and he just seems to be working like a horseshoe, basically.
I have a quick question. Aster, did you take one of the scimitars that we got?
I asked, but I didn't know if I don't know if anyone ever said.
No one else
or not with it.
No one else said that they wanted one instead.
Well, if I only would have taken it if everyone would have been okay with me taking one.
Yeah, I can't use it.
Yeah. Whatever it is, take it.
Yeah. Okay. So that was one, and
a second scimitar.
And there were 2 other scimitars.
Yeah, I'll just take one.
No, yeah. So there are 2 that you have, Penny.
Oh, okay.
Adira. Adira walks up to the dwarven blacksmith, and in Dwarvish, she says, "Hello, I have weapons to sell."
He looks up at you, and for a moment, he seems almost excited when he hears dwarven, and then he sees that it's a human and an elf, or a human and a half elf, and he kind of squints and then looks back down and goes back to hammering. And he says, "All right, how much is it?"
4 short bows, 2 scimitars, and a warhammer.
I don't want the bows, but I can give you 10 gold for the rest.
10 gold?
Yeah. Tink, tink. Tink, tink. Tink, tink. Blacksmith
well, I
noise.
happen to know that scimitars are definitely worth more.
Well, then go sell them somewhere else.
But you're the only... Arden.
Yes, Adira.
I feel like you're good with your tongue.
Yes.
He looks up.
Now, sir, you are a craftsman, I can tell. You've clearly spent some time devoting yourself to your work, and you don't want to deal with things that you see as lesser. Obviously, these were not crafted by you, therefore they might be lesser. However, what you could do, melt these down to their base components and make something truly wonderful out of them. Then you could upcharge that for quadruple the price that you would give us for them. We're just asking for a fair deal here so that you can continue your work to truly give these people something that, honestly, they probably don't even really understand or, give the proper amount of time towards.
Make a persuasion check with advantage. Alright, so that 18. He kind of looks over it and he says, "Alright, 20 gold.
20 gold. Is that good, Adira?
Say, how much do you remember how much Aster paid for his scimitar?
I do not.
I don't either.
Meanwhile, Aster is just listening to a poem while Ash is just like parkour around the armor shop.
Yep. I'd say that's
A deal's a deal. And Adira
Alright. Pass him over.
hands over the weapons.
he takes them. Just kind of nods at you.
Do you know of anyone that would want the short bows?
Not really anybody in town. If you go to a bigger city, garrisons might have archers. I might take it.
Would you happen to know of anyone who could work with or identify magical items of any sort?
Yeah. He points this direction. He says, "Potion shop. Livia."
Okay.
All right, you done? You gonna buy anything, or you gonna leave?
I think I'm good. Adira, do you need anything?
I am also good.
All right, good. Have a nice night.
You too. And I turn to leave.
Adira also leaves.
I'm gonna go to the potion shop.
All right. By this time, Ash and Aster, you all have finished.
Excuse me, Miss Juliet. Do you know of a place where I could buy some seeds?
Probably the potion shop, Livia.
Thank you so much. And I'm just gonna turn around, even though I know where Ash is. I'm just gonna be like, "Hey, Ash, where'd you go? You're so well hidden, buddy. You should probably get headed."
This armor really is something special. Thank you so much. And I'm gonna dramatically drop off of a rafter in the ceiling.
All right. Well, okay. So,
man.
Ian, I need you to
Sorry, not the
realize.
ceiling. That's very high. I'm gonna hop off of a shelf where I was pretending to like be a piece of armor.
You just sunk into your piece of armor.
He was on a curtain, like a wall hanger.
You
Just
were
like hung up on the wall.
you were underneath a Goliath helmet.
Yes, yeah.
Okay, but Ash appears out of thin air.
Aster feigns shock.
Make a performance check.
Oh, dang it. It's actually not bad. Ooh,
15.
okay. 15.
Does Ash want to believe that he was being stealthy?
Yeah.
Then I think that 15 is better than your passive insight. So you're just kind of like, hell yeah.
All right. Well, thank you so much. This was a dream. Love it. You're great. Your work is great. We're gonna go. I'm probably gonna go not do the seed thing though, because that does sound like your vibe. I'm gonna go see what the others are up to. Make sure that we're ready. Goodbye, and then I'm gonna run. I'm gonna just run out the door.
The door is closed, so do you jump up to try to jiggle the handle?
Yeah.
Okay,
I'll
yeah.
jump up.
You do, and it swings outward. And
I'm
Julia.
gonna use it to like kick my way off.
All right, and you fall into the middle of the street as you see Arden and possibly Adira about to go into the potion shop.
Adira is just sort of chilling outside.
Look at this!
Aster gives her a flower and says, "Thank you for the poem." And then I say, "Man, kids, they're just the darndest." Walked out.
Of course. She seems very confused, but then you leave.
Yeah, and she said the potion shop would have the seeds, right?
Yep.
Oh, hey guys.
Guys, look at this. Look at this fancy new armor I got.
You look so cool.
Dude, isn't it great? I'm gonna be
Yeah.
so safe.
We can hope.
He's
All right.
really good at hiding in it too.
I don't know if I believe that Connor performance. All right. Well, what's next? We should probably be heading out. We've got to try and make as much headway as possible. You know
I'm
what? I'll
going
go
to
get
see-
Charlie.
Very briefly, following up on your advice, of course, trying to determine exactly what this wand does, what length of time I can see into the future with it.
Oh, 1000%. That's a great idea. Definitely better than just taking it at face value. Because, like, who knows? It might even be like a different wand. We can't tell. There's so much
no.
magic out there.
I trust you. You seem to know what you're talking about.
All right.
That I do.
Out of
does anybody want to
character,
go?
if that's not what it is, Arden is going to be crushed.
Oh no!
Come on, Ash. Let's go get the horses. Maybe we could probably round them up here.
Yeah, I'm gonna hop on her back for a piggyback ride.
Okay.
She welcomes it.
You all head out towards the north side of town where the stables are. Ian, if it's all right, would you mind leaving the call and then hopping back in? Your mic was having a little bit of trouble there for a sec.
Oh, sure thing.
No problem. And then, so Arden and Aster, you all walk in. There is a very, very sleepy teenage boy and a slightly less sleepy middle-aged woman behind the counter, and she looks up and says, "Hello, welcome in."
Hello.
Hi.
This being a potion shop and all, would you happen to have any expertise in identifying or dealing with magical items or artifacts of any sort?
I have some skill.
Of course.
If you hand it over and give me, let's call it 10 gold, I can tell you what it does.
Okay. So, and I pull it out. This is a weird eyeball wand that we have come across. I have no clue what it is. It being magical, I do not want to take the risk. And I place it very gently on the counter.
All right, 10 gold.
And I pull out 10 gold.
Thank
exactly
you.
10 pieces, put them down.
I have to transition out of the silly old lady voice been started for me. Not that I have done that successfully. She picks it up and basically like hovers her hand over it. And the teenage boy sort of blinks and looks over you two. And then while she's doing her thing, he says, "Hey, do you want to buy any potions? Or, ingredients for potions? We have...
Or weed?
Seeds? No, I'm just very tired. I've not imbibed." And he takes out a little spliff and does no, he doesn't do anything like that.
Actually, yes. What is your name?
My name is Julian.
Julian. I would like to buy. Do you guys have any like seeds of any kind?
Mm-hmm. And he walks over to the back of the shop, and he opens up a little drawer that seems to be built into the wall. And you notice, looking at it, that actually each like block that seems to make up the wall, like bricks, is actually a small drawer. He opens up one of them, and he pulls out 3 little bags of seeds. And he walks forward and he sets them down. He says, "These are the 3 kinds that we have. It's 5 silver each. One of them's sunflower, one of them's rose, and then the last one I don't remember."
I'm gonna go ahead and give him 1 gold and 5 silver for all 3 bags.
Okay, and he hands them over to you. And as he does this, Livia has finished casting Identify, and she just goes, "Oh, this is useless. This is a wand of self-identify.
Oh,
You
of course.
wave it, and it casts detect magic, but with a range of itself. So all you'll do
It's
is
a
know
prank wand.
I'm holding a magic wand.
Of course. Of course.
Sorry about that."
That is shit. That is garbage.
Does he look hurt at all about finding this out?
He's a little bit psyched about the wand being such absolute garbage, but kind of bummed that Ash lied to him.
I'm gonna say, well, I mean, he was kind of right. In order to know what something is, that would take time. So you kind of are looking
You are looking into the future, just a different kind of future.
Yeah.
A more useless, boring future.
But the future nonetheless.
I can see where he got the dots. It is a weird eyeball wand.
Yeah.
Well,
Anyway,
with the
thank you
5
for
minutes before we go on a little break, you're welcome. Thank you. With the 5 minutes before I feel like there's going to be a break, we have healing potions, a potion of invisibility, and a potion of climbing. Are these of any interest?
Now, how much would the invisibility be?
Since this wand was not very useful, how about 170 gold?
Don't know that I need it that badly. I do have... I think I'd be fine without it. Your healing potions standard?
Yes, the weakest kind you can find, but very good nonetheless. Here, 80 gold. 80 gold, very fine price, very reasonable.
That does seem to be the standard around here. I will take a healing potion.
Well, we are about to go fight the guy who burnt down that building. Is there any chance that?
Oh yes, the cannibal. Want to make that clear. Cannibal wizard.
Yes.
Evil. Bad.
All right,
we
Aster,
would-
make a persuasion check with advantage from Arden helping you.
You're welcome.
Sorry, did you roll it?
Aster's rolling it, right?
I'm rolling it.
Yeah, sorry.
Oh, sorry. I thought you said Arden. My apologies.
No, he's assistant.
It's the A team.
Ooh, 15.
She kind of looks and she says, I could go 70 for one.
You said for what? Is there like a bulk price?
No.
I will take one for 70 gladly.
All right, here you go. And she takes out a potion. It is a triangular potion bottle, a big rounded cork, and it is this sort of fuchsia red liquid. And then you see there is a mint leaf stuck to the bottom.
Okay. Looks good. And I put it with the other one that I have.
Okay.
I'll give them 2 flowers. I'll give them like a flower each. But I'm
This
just
does
gonna
not lower any price.
Oh no, this is my thanks, and but I'm gonna take them out of the mystery bag that I got earlier, so I don't really know what I'm gonna grow.
Okay. One of them you grow a beautiful white mountain flower. The other one, the seed twists and becomes a sort of like glowing daffodil.
Oh,
It's kind of his thing. He does that.
Of course, of course. Well, have a pleasant day. And I think we are going to take a 10-minute break. Does that sound good to everybody?
Sounds good.
sounds good
All right.
to me.
Well, let's just call it 12 minutes, so we come back at a round number. So it'll be 7:40 when we come back to the game. Hi, everybody.
Does my mic sound better now, Ben?
Yes, it does. Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Hoping for a TPK. Perhaps not. Can we get some penis prot in the chat? Penis prot. Penis prot. There he is. He's penis prot.
Did you set up a
What
class
is the
for Penis
other-
Prot?
Penis prot is, I believe, officially a paladin.
God.
Yep.
Paladin of what?
He's an Oath of Conquest paladin, so
Jesus.
you can interpret that however you want.
Penis Prot, level
Oh.
20 legend.
Yes, he is. Sorry, I forgot. Yeah, this is the Sunken World Saga, brought to you by PetSmart. Ian, are you still with us?
I am still with you. Yeah, I do remember the PetSmart ad, but I don't remember how it got there.
Funnily enough, so PetSmart has been kind enough to sponsor us, and they tell us that apparently they are going to sue just me, not everybody else, if we keep talking about them. They do want to be sponsored, but they want to be a silent sponsor. So I'm here to tell you all about Hurricane Dog Toys. Now, you've heard of thunder shirts that keep your dog from freaking out during a thunderstorm. Well, these Hurricane Dog Toys, what they do is you give them to your dog during a hurricane, and it makes them feel way worse. It's basically a little ball on one of those springs that moves around, and it just tells the dog, hey, something is the fucking matter. And that's what they're selling. If you go to PetSmart.com/Sunken World Saga, you can get one for about 150% of the regular cost.
I'm gonna do it.
So yeah, let's see if brand deal for a company that does not do any promos. If there's a person from PetSmart corporate
you should really get in touch with them because it seems like the link broke.
Oh no! Well, this is embarrassing, isn't it?
Yeah, no, it's all on their end though.
Oh, that's good. Well, we've got 9 people watching. I'll answer questions about something if you put it in the chat and you're not one of the people playing. As soon as I said 9, we went down to 8.
Yep.
The break is good to make sure that at least 1 or 2 people can go to the bathroom. But then I'm guessing some people like join in and are like, all right, let's watch some D&D. Oh no, it's just them reading the chat room. This isn't any fun for me. Maybe I'll come up with like a video that we can play instead. I'll make a video ad for PetSmart, and it'll just seem like we have an actual sponsor.
And then you'll actually
get sued.
Get the sponsored.
Yeah. Or yeah, we'll actually get the sponsor. So let me here. I'll show our map here. So they're in the Green Kingdoms. This is a different map by design than the one that is shown in the individual map. So the forest is placed differently because that was made, maybe it was made by somebody who's not from Hallandor. So to them, they've heard of this legendary forest. Let's just make it the whole map. The party is currently in the city of Equalinum. Well, town, more than anything, because it is not very big. And they are going to go on the road in search of a dark wizard of sorts. And that is your update. If you've joined us, everybody's having a wee bathroom break. Or if you're British, it sounded like I was explaining what was happening on the first word there.
Jesus, Ben.
That was a great joke. That was a good joke. What are you talking about? Uh-oh. Spaceman Biff has appeared. Oh, I will change the game playing as D&D, but how does one do that?
It should be in like stream settings or something.
Well, I'm not going to go in there and let people see certain things about me. Brian, I would click on that link, but I'm not sure that it is.
I'll click on it for you.
All right, thank you, and report back to me what it is.
Oh God! Oh fuck!
Is
it's
it
a PetSmart commercial?
Oh no, I can't. Then I'll actually be in legal trouble, Brian. I guess even though I said we would come back at 7:40, that now seems like a long time. How do we feel? Does anybody mind just while I, for a second, go AFK here? Does anybody else mind talking and making it seem like the stream is doing something?
Yep.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. Hello, everyone. Yeah. Words. Flowers. Dude, I wonder what that glowing daffodil was.
I think it might be like poisonous.
Hopefully not.
Like,
Otherwise,
we're gonna
that
come
just
back
puts
and
those people.
there's a murder investigation.
The only piece of evidence is a flower.
Your mother's dead. You sold the bag of seeds labeled "Do not sell under any circumstances." Poisonous flowers. Of course it was you. You killed her. And there's going to be like a whole attorney arc where we have to represent this shitty teenager.
Yeah.
And really, it's just going to be Ben trying to come up with like a new rule set for 5e where all the combat takes place in court. So he has to somehow adapt the Ace Attorney series into a tabletop game, and that's all on him. I have full faith in him, and if he doesn't do that, I'm going to be innately disappointed because my entire arc is built around this attorney arc. Like,
I'm so sorry. What did I walk into?
This is SVU Sunken World Saga Edition.
All right, I just heard SVU play the video again. Oh, that would
we were
be
just
good.
explaining
we
how
got
you're
up.
going to have to make a rule set for, a court setting.
Yeah.
Because we're going to have like a whole litigation where this shitty teenager is taken to court.
Wait, this shitty team?
Yeah.
What did he do?
The bag of flowers labeled clearly. He didn't read it, obviously, because he didn't know what they were.
He was
Do not sell.
Oh, well.
Because
that's
they're
unfortunate.
poisonous.
Yeah.
And his mother's now dead under mysterious circumstances.
I'm thinking we might just hop back in. Emmy, Ian, are you all there?
Yeah, I'm back.
Yeah.
Charm person would work wonders in a court setting.
All right, are you guys...
I feel like you could also, your attacks could just be like your defense. So it'd be like opening.
Yeah. We're just going to do Ace Attorney tabletop. I'm sorry, Ben, we've hijacked the campaign.
Well, that's
we are now in a legal battle.
Because we're just about to...
Oh my god. Could Spark be our lead lawyer?
Oh, Spark is definitely the lead lawyer.
Spark...
No, he can be like the devil on the shoulder. Quite literally.
Well,
But I feel like he's so sweet and cute.
Yeah, but he's feeding information because he did like some surveillance on the prosecution.
Yeah, and I could turn into a fly and check out their notes without them knowing.
Please don't.
We'll know all of their things.
now that we
Yeah,
have...
do not ever, if you ever turn into a fly, I might
Tell
feed you
us.
the Spark.
All right,
Anyway.
and we're going to hop back into the game. That is still Dungeons & Dragons and not a legal battle. And welcome back to the Sunken World Saga. This is part 2 of Session 2. So Ash and Adira, you all go up and get Charlie your horse with your cart that you bought. And he's doing just fine. Old Charlie.
I'm gonna give him a pet on his Well, I can't quite reach anything, can I?
If you're still on my shoulders, you could.
Oh yeah. I'll
you're
then I'll
still
give
on
him
my
a
back.
pat on the head. I'll give him like a head scratch.
You did go over there on Adira's shoulders. I mean,
Yeah.
back.
In that case, I definitely give him a head scratch.
Okay, you...
Or if you want to be on my shoulders.
Yeah, that's better.
Okay, you give him one. And now Aster and Arden appear, and you all are ready to go on your cart.
All right.
Can I do a nature check to see what that flower was?
Sure.
Very curious as to why it was glowing. 18.
Okay, that is a light lily. They are a flower that are not magical, but they are actually basically made to attract lightning bugs or fireflies. And they eat them. So they have a mechanism by which they glow in a similar fashion to them, and then their petals snap up and grab it. And that's it. That's what they are.
Cool.
But you all are in the cart and you are ready to go.
Is Ash going to be in the driver's seat again?
No, not this time. I think Ash wants to take a break.
I'll hop up there.
All right. Aster has jumped into the driver's seat, and Charlie's there. And do you want him to take off at a regular walk or trot or a gallop?
I am going to hold on. I wrote down these commands. Hold the reins wide and flick.
All right, and he takes off in a gallop.
Oh my god.
So the roads in Hallandor are very, very nice, very well kept, and you all make really good time. And you only ride for about 3 hours in the nighttime, and the moon is starting to go down when you see ahead of you flame.
I pull back on the reins a little bit, and I go, guys?
What's going on?
There seems to be some fire up ahead.
Ben, what's like the light? What time of day is it? Like, what's the light situation?
It is, I mean, it is dark outside. Like, it is probably around like 2 a.m. So it is a full moon overhead. So you do have a fair amount of vision, but it's not enough that you're able to see everything in great detail.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Well, I have where's the invocation? I have the devil's sight, so I can see
further. Okay.
Yeah, I can see in dark, whether it's magical or not, darkness up to, I think, let me find it, 120 feet.
Okay, this is a little bit past that, what you're looking at, the fire, but you can see the vague outline of one of the things on fire is a cart, and you do see several men on horseback with weapons in their hands, sort of circling something.
Guys, there's somebody up ahead with, like, horses and stuff, and they set a cart on fire.
I could try and turn into a bird and fly overhead if you guys and like go look if you guys want, but I look at it here and I'm like, I don't want to make you throw up again.
I'll turn away.
Are you guys down with that?
Yeah, all right, fine.
Be helpful.
And I'm gonna close my eyes. I'm gonna shield Spark's eyes.
Alright, and Spark, the little bird that sits in Ash's baby Bjorn that he has, when you cover his eyes, he goes, "Nyah, nyah." But his eyes are covered, so he can't see what you're shielding him from.
Alright, so then I'm going to wild shape into probably, be like, it's nighttime, right?
Yep.
I'm going to wild shape into an owl.
Okay. Yeah. And you become a little owl.
Since I'm not covering my eyes, I want to tell the others he's turning into an owl. Specifically.
I want to be like a small one.
Yeah. So before your eyes, Arden, Aster, full-on Animorph cover transitions into a small snow owl.
And
you're an owl.
Oh, wait, a snow owl probably wouldn't be good. I already said it. But
you're a snow
owl. Is he a vibrant white snow owl?
Yeah, it's more of a dingy white.
Okay.
And I'm going to and take off.
Yeah, you fly up, and when you fly overhead, you see that there is a circle of carts. There are some horses some ways away, seemingly kind of running in circles, like they've been cut loose from their carts. And you see there are a few men on horseback with weapons trying to kind of pin those horses in. And you see that there are... Let me go to the map, actually, because I think it's okay for you to see this, even though everybody's not there, because you'll be describing it. You see... inside of the ring of carts, there are a few people huddled together, and then at an opening of the carts, there is a dwarf woman with a massive shield and a spear. And there are several of these men on the ground who are similar to the men on horseback. The men on horseback are wearing animal skins that seem to be tanned just a bit, to sort of give them some level of protection. And next to her, there is a common-looking man with a spear of his own and no armor. Standing out amongst the men who are walking around in animal skins, there's one guy who is shirtless, but you can't get a clear view on him, and then there's one guy who is in ring mail.
Does the thinking back to that painting that was in the living room of Ludin's house, does the girl look like the girl in that painting?
Yes, the woman who is at sort of the front of the merchants inside of the wagon circle looks like Claudia.
This girl here?
Yeah.
Okay.
Crap, I wish I could tell them in my owl form so that I could just start talking. Shoot. Okay. Do they look like... does it look like anyone's about to like be attacked at the moment?
Yes. This dwarf woman is like locked in combat with one of these fellas who's gotten off his horse.
Okay. Shoot. How far back are we from this thing?
You are about 200 feet off.
200 feet. So, oh man. And they're in the middle of the fight right now?
Yep.
Crap. Oh man, I'm very torn. I don't know if I should just drop my thing and fight now, or if I should go back to them. Shoot, I'm gonna have to go back. I fly back and turn back into myself. Well, actually, before I do that, I like hoot and fluff my I use my wings to like cover my head to like try and motion to them to cover your eyes.
Oh, yeah.
Do I see him coming in so I can warn the others?
Yeah.
Oh, he's coming! He's coming!
And
I don't think I opened my eyes at any point.
Yeah, I never opened my eyes.
And I back into me, and I'm like, we should really get going up there. They are in the middle of a fight, and yeah, and one of them is definitely Ludin's daughter. And then I probably would have like gone back into the driver's position, and then just I would have flicked and like done my knees. Oh, I'm not on the horse, so just flicked.
Yeah. Okay. He takes off
Yeah,
in a
charge off into there.
well. He takes off in a trot.
I thought flick was the fast one.
If you do it with your hands wide, I thought that you were saying it specifically.
Oh.
It's outside of the joke that was in the test session. You can just say what speed you want him to go.
So yeah, I'm gonna make him go fast.
Okay.
I want to go 200 feet away and get going.
Yeah. And Charlie takes off at a full run, and you all come up on the road, and Charlie comes to a stop when he sees all the fire because he's a horse and he doesn't like that. And you all come to a stop, and as soon as you come to a stop,
Can I have prepared, like, as we were coming up, whenever I got in within, I would have to be within 30 feet. How close would we have been able to get?
that's where he stopped.
That's Am I 30 feet from any of the bad? No. Okay, no.
Okay, but as soon as you all come to a stop, an arrow whizzes past Adhira's head, almost hitting her.
Mm.
From this direction. And you all look over, and you see that one of these tribesmen with a bow, who seems to have just shot at you, has tied up someone who is dressed similar to the merchants, at least from what Aster saw, on the back of his horse. And then the two of them ride off. And two figures, both on, well, one on horseback and one leading a horse, come into view of you all. And one of them is just in animal furs, similar to the man who just shot at you. But the other is shirtless. In one hand, he has a dagger of bone, and in the other hand, he has seemingly a living ball of flame. And he has a thick beard, but it is caked with days-old blood.
Oh, Jesus.
By the looks of it. He has a tattoo of a spread hand with a bear's face in the palm. And you see that above the tattoo, there is not... It looks like a tattoo at first, but then you realize that it's just old scars of several spheres of different length and size across his chest and shoulders. And he smiles when he sees you. And he looks at his companion, and he points at you, and he says, "Them too." And then he turns around and walks away from you all out of sight around some of the carts. And then you hear some horses galloping away. I need you all to roll initiative, please.
The correct grammar would be those four.
Nope,
There we
them
go.
too.
There we go. That's some good initiative rolls. There's some good initiative rolls.
All right, I need the two of you to roll again.
Oh my god.
That second one was a 3.
Okay, so still both of you were
Wanted-
21, but
Okay.
Emmy will go first, then Connor. And Arden got 22. Okay, so first up in our order, it is your go, Arden.
Okay. So... we only see, like, 3 people, right? 3 or 4 enemies.
From what you can tell, from your perspective, I mean, Aster told you that there are some people on the other side of the cart, so you know that. But from what you can see this one, and you can maybe see this guy over here. Like, he has cover from your current position, but you can see that there is a person over there. And you hear the crackling fire, and you can hear there is a child crying within these carts. What do you want to do, Arden?
So the wizard guy is gone, right? Like, completely? You can't see him?
Rode off on a horse, and you saw about 5 of these people dressed similar to this guy rode off with him. Okay. They rode off south.
So I'm trying to think. This area we ping right here, is that like completely blocked off?
It would be a tight squeeze for you to get through. Probably cost you some time. It would be difficult terrain, essentially. Like, it would be 10 movement per square.
I'm gonna get here, I guess.
Yeah.
So, and try and take a shot at this guy.
Yeah. Go ahead. He is on horseback. Let me give him a little token indicator. What do you got?
Trying to click it, it wasn't going through. Ooh.
7 is not quite enough to hit him. Okay. Your arrow just flies past his side. Next up, Adira.
Adira is going to pull out her little small, I forget what it's called, flask, and pour out a little bit of holy water before flicking it up in the air and saying, "May the gods protect us." And she casts Bless.
Oh.
Okay, and who are your targets?
My 3 compatriots.
Okay. Do you mind speaking up just a little bit?
Hello.
Yeah, that's good. Okay.
And so I put the spell in the...
Yeah,
So
just
we roll an
anytime.
extra D4.
Yeah,
Mhm.
Great.
it's a great spell.
Cool.
Next up, Aster.
How far away did the person who went off on horseback go?
They are out of range for everything that you have. They're very fast horses.
Dang it.
Not involved in this combat scenario.
Even if it's 90 feet. Is it 90 feet away?
91 feet, unfortunately.
Dang it.
Exactly. He's sitting there giving you a raspberry right at the edge.
He's holding up a piece of paper that says, "I'm 91 feet away from you."
Well, then if that's the case, then I could move 30 feet. No, I'm just kidding.
He quickly writes underneath it, plus 30.
I am going to... how far am I from everything? Is there any... So, can I tell who the enemies and who the good people are ringed in blue, right?
Yes, when you were flying, you did see this fella seems to be allied with the orange fellas.
Okay. Oh, okay. Then I am going to... And then I can... In 20 foot square, which would be... So 20... Okay, I could probably get... Okay, I'm going to move... oh, wrong button. I'm going to move... Why is it not letting me... Oh, because I'm going to click the wrong person. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30... That's like... Ooh, 5, okay, 5, 10, 15, 20. Can I see from like here, could I see this spot?
Yes, if you're making an attack, I think you would have disadvantage, though, because you are looking through.
Well, I was going to cast Entangle on like right here because it's a 20-foot square, and I was going to try and get this this guy, and this guy. Because they can all fit in a 20-foot square.
Yeah. I'll say make a perception check, and if it is above a 13,
Okay.
I'll say you can see the exact spot that you want.
Okay. And if not, I'm still gonna cast it, but I might not get. Ooh, hey, that's 20.
All right, you see exactly where you wanted to look.
Sweet. And I'm going to cast Entangle, and they need to make a. Here's this.
It's a strength check, right? Or is it dexterity? Strength. Okay, strength saving throw. This guy fails. This guy fails. This guy succeeds.
All right. So then the two that failed, I think, are ensnared.
Yep. So,
Can't move.
are they vines or roots, or what do they look like?
I would like to think, because I really love giving out flowers, that they're going to be like roots of all the nearby plants.
Okay. Yeah. So through the.
Or could I have them be vines with flowers on them? Because if I can do that, then they would definitely be that.
Yeah, so vines shoot up through the cracks of the cobble of the road and sort of twine and twist themselves around the limbs of these dudes. and they
Is
are
it-
freaked out.
There are a couple that are stuck.
All right. And now it is the baddie's turn.
Oh, dang.
This guy comes over here, and you, Arden and Aster see the other two of you. You're just like, I'm just waiting for 6 seconds. He just rolls up, swings a battle axe, doesn't hit this commoner by somehow doesn't hit. And that is his turn. Wow. Okay. Next up, it is this guy right here. He's going to try to break out of those vines. He succeeds. He gets out. But that is his action. And wait, what's your DC? Because
Me, 14.
Okay, he does get out. It would have been wild to think that he wouldn't with a level 2 character, but could never be sure. And that is their turn. Through this crack, you see the dwarf woman pull back her spear and then ram it forward at the guy who just got loose of the vines. She hits and does a significant chunk of change. He's not bloodied, but he is not looking as good as he could have. Could have been. Next up in the order, it is... oh shit, my bad, Ash. Let me drop you back in. Well, you'll go in your natural spot next time. You should have been between those two tribesmen, so it is your turn. I'm sorry about that.
No sweat. Do I have a clear line of sight on this guy?
Yes, you do.
Okay, cool. I'm gonna use my crossbow, my light crossbow.
Okay.
To try and just like start chipping away at him. So I take aim and I fire. Do I?
You can add 7 to add 4 to your attack roll. Remember with bless.
Oh yes, I can. Plus 1d4. So 18 total.
Yep, that hits, and it does do that big ol' 7 damage.
Okay, cool. And then I think I'm gonna move. If this area here is a tight fit for Arden and Aster, I can probably squeeze through that no problem, right?
Yeah, you could.
Yeah, so I'm gonna start making my way over there. I'm gonna look over to Adir and say, I'm gonna go try and get people out. And so I'm gonna run and I'm gonna use my full movement to get to like wherever, like there. Can I move? Put my token on Arden's space or no?
You can't end your turn on an allied turn space, but you can move through allies.
Okay, cool. Well, I'll just go. I'll just go here then. I'll use them as cover.
Okay. Then lastly, or no, sorry. It's this fellow's turn. He is going to move forward, and
It's half movement in that area. It's difficult terrain.
oh, okay. I think that was still only 3 spaces, so he's okay to get there, I think. You all see on his face, he is a young-ish human man. Late 20s, early 30s, somewhere in that range. Thick red beard. You recognize Aster with that high perception. His features say that he's probably from Yorn, far north where you're from. And he comes forward and he lifts a sword and tries to bring it down at the dwarf woman. He hits. Does minimum damage. There we go. And next up in the order, it is this fellow who is going to ride forward on his horse. And he's going to attack you, Arden.
Fuck.
And he swings his battle axe down at you from his saddle. Good thing he had advantage, because the first one was a natural 1. But that is that is his turn, and we go back to the top of the initiative order. Arden, it's your turn.
Did he hit?
Oh, no, he didn't.
Okay, good. Okay, I'm going to use my bonus action to use Cunning Action and take Dash to get through here.
Okay.
So would that only be this one spot, or 2 spots with?
You would have 30 feet of movement. That you just got to is about 20 instead.
Okay. So I can move 50. Right?
So you would get to this spot, and then you would have 40 feet left, but to get to, like, here, you would need another 10. So that would get you to 30, and then you'd have another 30 wherever you went. Back to normal.
Okay. So I can get here, assured in 15, and then I have 30.
Yep.
Would I have a clear shot at this boy if I'm...
You could
here?
risk hitting this... Oh, if you get there? Yeah, because you're taller than this dwarf.
Okay. I'm going to go there.
All right.
And
When
take a
you
shot at-
pass by Claudia...
I do want to yell when I pass by her. Something about the lemons. You didn't... Lemons.
she still was holding an action that if anybody came within melee range, she was going to stab them. Natural 1. She drops her knife.
She hears the lemons.
The lemon thing scares her.
As I'm coming up behind her, I'm screaming, "Lemons!
You know my dad.
Lemons! Something! Claudia!"
You get through, and you can take your action.
Okay.
Or wait, no, sorry. You took your... Oh, no, wait. Rogue. Bonus action. Sorry about that.
Yeah. That's obviously not going to hit.
Yeah, the 10 does not hit, but you do see now that you are closer that while the other combatants seem to be relishing the combat, the bloodshed, he seems kind of hesitant in his movement. But now it is Atira's turn.
All right, I am going to get... I'm finally going to use my movement. And I'm going to run up to the lovely evil man on the horse, and I am going to try to bring my mace on its horse's knees.
Oh, jeez.
Okay.
Oh no, the horse!
15 definitely hits that horse. You kneecap this poor horse. And
I'm just trying to buckle it so he like falls off.
Yeah, I mean, it does buckle.
You do know what happens to a horse when they break their legs, I mean.
Hey,
Like,
Arden.
it's
Yeah.
Just out of character, want you to know that.
I'm not a horse girl.
Good.
The horse's leg buckles, and he does not manage to stay in the saddle, but his foot stays in the stirrup. So he is dangling off the side of his horse as his horse crumbles, trying to support itself with its other leg.
Oh no.
And
It was 3
What is
bludgeoning
PetSmart
damage.
going to say?
behind, they're gonna be like, if it was a hamster, that'd be okay, but a horse. You hear Charlie, your horse behind you, give a very scared neigh. Do you do anything else with your turn?
I kind of want to heal this horse, but I don't want him to get back on.
Well, he is off of the
I'm
saddle. He rolled very poorly.
I don't. I'll wait until after the battle's done, then I'll heal this horse.
Okay. He is dangling from the side. Aster, it is now your turn.
Seeing that, Aster's gonna look very horrified, and
I'll heal him.
and I am going to go 5, and from here, I think I have 60 foot. I'm within 60 feet of Blue Boy, and I'm going to cast Frostbite.
Okay.
DC 14 Constitution saving throw.
Yeah, he succeeds.
Ah, dang it. I was trying to give him disadvantage on a weapon attack, but that is... I don't think I have any bonus actions that I can do. I am going to use one of my bonus action Fey energy pool and give 1d6 healing back to Claudia, so she gets 4.
Okay.
And does the would the bless add to that or no?
It would not.
You would not. Okay.
Okay, that is Aster's turn.
Oh,
Claudia seems
can I
freaked
try and
out when she
squeeze
feels
through
some
there?
energy around her.
Can I try and squeeze through here?
Yeah, you would be able to... You used 5 movement to get there, so you would be able to get about here.
About here. Okay. So I'm assuming I'm probably like on my hands and knees, like trying to crawl under this thing still.
Yep, you're prone.
Cool. Great. Love it.
And next up in the order, it is our friend, this guy who missed the peasant before. He's going to try to make up for his mistake, swing his battle axe two-handed down at this guy. Misses. I am not rolling very well tonight.
The commoner, I assume, is just trying to avoid getting hit, so that does
Yeah.
make sense.
I mean-
he's focusing everything on avoiding getting hit.
This commoner, who is maybe like 16 at most, is just dodging and weaving. I don't even have a name for this character. I gotta come up with one now.
Yeah, apparently.
Better, like, before you endear him to us.
Yeah. Next up in the order, it is Ash.
Adhira, do you want me to take care of to help you finish this guy off?
I think I need to do it and then apologize to the horse.
Okay. So I'm gonna go ahead and crawl or I guess I don't really need to crawl. I'm just gonna run this way.
Yeah, you can get through.
Aster's just gonna look at him with envy.
Yeah, so I'm just gonna like hop over Acer and I'm gonna like run on his back a little bit as I do it, and then that brings me to 25. Do I have a clean line of shot on anyone or no?
I'd say this guy.
Yeah, then I'm gonna take a shot at that guy.
Okay.
Actually, if I cast with a 5, how do you do like just ping? So if I cast like in a 5-foot radius to try and get these guys, it's like a 5-foot radius spell. Can I get all of them without getting these two?
Who are you trying to get?
Any combination of the baddies.
You could get it if you did 5 feet. If you did it on him, it would go here. It would basically go in like a little T from him.
Okay. Or I could
actually
cast
no,
here.
it would hit the dwarf if you cast
It
it
would
on,
hit the
if you
dwarf.
cast it on him. If you cast it here, it would hit him and the
Jump
one who's
these two.
attacking the peasant.
No, I'll just take a shot for now. I'm gonna take a shot at this peasant with
Okay.
my crossbow. And I guess I don't. It doesn't matter. I don't need to roll a d4.
Yeah,
but
no, you do hit him.
yeah, I'm going. Yeah, so I just line up and
Yeah.
sink it.
He doesn't look great, but he doesn't look full. He's not quite bloodied. Next up, it is this fella's turn.
Oh, can I use my bonus action to switch to my daggers?
Well, did you shot your crossbow last round, didn't you?
Yeah.
Then no, I think technically you would have had to use it to reload, right?
I think that you reload automatically, but whatever you. I think
Um,
it just limits how much you can shoot. I don't think it consumes the
Okay.
bonus action, but whatever you want to do.
Yeah, you switch to your dagger, no problem. This guy is going to attack the dwarven woman again. He misses. God damn. Next up, it is this guy in the back's turn. He did not bust out last time. Let's see if he busts out this time. He does. So that's his action, and then he moves 2, 3. Now it is the dwarven woman's turn. She pulls back her spear again and just goes at the same guy. Hits. Does almost her max damage.
Nice.
That guy is not looking hot. He's bloody. And probably not going to be around much longer. He drops pretty far. And that is their turn. Next, it is the guy hanging from his horse. And he is going to try to get back into the saddle. Try to swing himself
Poor
back
horse.
up.
If he gets back into the saddle, I'm just gonna...
He does not get back into the saddle. He just dangles and actually falls out of the stirrup. Seems like the horse is maybe feeling a little bit better without all that extra weight. But now we go back to the top of the order. Or no, wait, sorry. Forgot about this guy. This guy is going to move right here and is going to attack the dwarven woman. He does hit.
Oh no.
Much more damage than last time.
Oh no.
She's still standing. She's still looking alright. You, Arden, and Ash and Aster, very clear view of him kind of faltering in the moments before he strikes, but then he hits. And we go back to the top of the order with Arden. Your go.
Okay, I'm gonna switch to my rapier and get in here.
Yeah.
And then make a swing at that boy.
Sure.
In front of the dwarf.
15 hits, 7
Okay.
damage. Where
Plus
do you hit him?
sneak attack. Because he's within 5 feet of a hostile.
That's right. So sneak attack. Okay.
I'm just like sliding in beside the dwarf and like stabbing upwards, like under the ribs, trying to like get a good poke in.
Yeah. And you do, and it seems like you find some vital organs because this fellow falls over dead.
As he dies, I'm just gonna like nod to the dwarf and just be like, "Hello, friendly. Don't mind us.
Hello, I don't know who you are, but thank you.
Kill the rest, yes."
That's the plan.
And now it is Adira's turn. This guy is prone on the ground.
Oh my.
Does that mean I get advantage?
Yep.
Alright, she's just gonna swing her mace down onto him.
Okay, swing with advantage. 18. Yeah, you hit. You do 7 damage. He is bloodied.
Cool.
And there we go. Prone boy, bloodied on the ground. Next up in the order, it's Aster. So it will take you 10 movement to get here, but then after that you have regular movement.
10, 15, 20, 25, 30, and I'm going to look at this guy, and I'm going to say, Shahala would not approve. And then I'm going to cast Ice Knife right here. So it's not gonna. I'm not gonna get that piercing damage, but they all need to make a 14 dex save.
Okay, yeah. That's a clever idea. So you just whip out an ice knife, throw it at the ground. And okay, so just as before, this guy, they fail. The fella from Yorn, he manages to get out of the way.
Makes sense. And then they're gonna take 2d6 cold damage.
Okay.
Ooh, two sixes.
Wow.
12 points of cold
All
damage.
right. This guy is bloodied. And And so is this guy, actually. Wow.
And then does... Oh, never mind. Sorry.
Yeah, I
I
think
was
Ice
wondering
Knife, it's just nothing.
Yeah. I didn't know if the D4 was to attacks and damage or just attacks and saving.
It's just
But
attacks.
it's saving. Yeah.
Um,
Cool.
okay. Wow. All right, next up, it is this guy's go. He is.
Oh. And then can I... No, never mind.
And he is going to get here and try and squeeze past using 10 feet of movement. Get there, and he's going to attack you, Aster. Swings his battle axe, 18 to hit.
That hits.
Okay. You take 10 points of slashing damage.
Ooh.
Oof. Big oof.
Couldn't hit the commoner, but
Yeah, the big old druid boy he can wail on. Okay, next up in the order is Ash.
Alright, so I'm gonna go ahead and use my movement to get like right here.
Yeah.
Are there like hotkeys for this? I keep on having to switch back and forth manually.
Yeah, I don't believe there are some. There might be. We can figure that
All right.
out.
Fair enough. And so I'm gonna use. So I've got two daggers. One is the bone hilt dagger, similar to the crazy beard blood dude. And I'm gonna use that one to stab at the blue ring guy, the guy in the mail or the chainmail.
It's like ring mail thing.
Ring mail. Yeah, I'm gonna use that to. I'm gonna use the bone hilt dagger to stab him.
Yeah.
Do I get advantage because he's got so many people, or am I not like flanking him?
You're not flanking him because he's looking at the dwarf.
Got you. Okay, cool. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that then. Oh, and I get +4, or a D4 rather. D4. How do you do this? There we go.
So 12.
So 12. Okay.
Yeah. You try to swing in with your knife, try to just pierce him on the side, and it just glances off of his armor.
Okay. Then with my bonus action, I'm gonna use my normal dagger to hit the guy that just attacked Aster.
Oh, are you using both?
Yeah, I'm gonna use my bonus action, so
Okay.
I don't add my damage to it. My dex to it. It's just a straight D4.
Yeah.
If I hit.
Wow.
So it's. I guess I hit, but it's only 2 damage.
That one you hit, and he is... Oh boy, he's not looking good. Yeah, I think there's something... I think you don't add your proficiency to it, but I'm not certain.
You don't. I don't think you add your strength to the damage. I'm not sure about proficiency.
I think that you get to do that if you have 2 weapon fighting, but I think that there is something where the second attack is less likely to hit, but I'm not sure. We'll look that up later. It's no big deal.
That's what.
Next up in the order, it is this guy. And he is going to come forward, and he is going to attack Dwarf Lady. Nat 20.
Oh shit.
All right. She is bloodied and not looking good. Okay. And there we go. That's his turn. Basically, he just comes forward and kind of like a woodsman, like brings the axe above his head with his hands far apart. And as he brings it down, his hands come together. And he bites into her side, and she yells out in pain. Next up, it is her turn, and so she is going to attack him, naturally. Almost a nat 20. Almost paid him back in full. And she rears back and puts this guy on death's door. So now both of these dudes are looking really, really rough, really, really close to something else. But it is the guy in ringmail. It's his go. And he is going to look at her. And then he is going to, instead, he's going to move around to just kind of hunker down in front of her. And that is his turn. Next up, it is this guy, and he is going to stand up from prone, and he is going to swing his battle axe at you, Adira.
Come on.
It is a 22 to hit.
That hits.
I just did a spit take. I wasn't expecting that.
Okay, you take 8 points of slashing damage.
All right.
All right, and there's some dogs nearby. They're barking because they don't know how to behave when there's people outside. Now we go back to the top of the order. And it is Arden, it is your turn. Logan, it's your turn.
I think you might be having a mic issue.
Hello?
Yeah, can hear you now.
Hello?
Okay. It had like a weird mute problem. Is this boy still like hostile? Do I like know if he's trying to attack us, or is he just hunkering down like?
Make a insight check.
Ooh.
Hard to read. He might be just setting up for something new, or he might be deciding he's done.
So if I move like here and then here. So I go here and then attack him.
Yeah, I think this guy, he attacked Aster,
yeah.
so he would have his back to you. So I'm going to make a perception check to see if he hears you coming, and then he will take an attack of opportunity on you.
Okay.
But if he doesn't, he got a natural 20, so he's going to attack you.
Okay.
But not with a natural 20. It is, however, a 15 to hit.
That just hits, yeah.
Okay. You take 6 points of slashing damage. He basically just hears the subtle steps of your quick run over, and he just turns, swinging as he goes. And if you hadn't been there, he probably would have hit that peasant. But you take it.
I take the hit for you, peasant boy. Yeah, I'm just gonna swing at this boy over here.
Yeah.
Where is it? Here.
There we
17
go.
hits, 5 damage.
You guys don't need
Plus sneak attack.
So you stab him and he dies, and then you twist the blade because he didn't see that attack coming.
Yeah. Also think that was flanking, so.
Yeah, you probably would have had advantage.
Yeah. And then I'm gonna take cunning action, dash, get more movement. Which way is the ringmail guy facing?
He is facing the dwarf.
Yeah, I'm gonna get like right here. So how much is that? Like if I go here and then cut across.
Yeah, you'd be.
And then get right behind him.
Yeah, you'd be good.
And then I'm prepared.
All right. Okay. Then next up, it is Adira's turn.
Oh, wait, I was casting Bless, and that's a concentration spell. Do you want me to roll my...
Oh, yes. Please.
Okay. And because I'm a warcaster, I have advantage.
Oh, nice.
Hey.
Mm-hmm. Come on. Has it loaded on your screen?
No.
There we go.
Okay,
Oh,
yeah.
nice.
Ooh.
Everybody's still blessed.
Hashtag still blessed.
That's like... I went with that sheet because I was like, that's so important if I'm going to be a cleric.
Yeah.
And I'm just going to try to knock him down again with my mace. No! I put advantage on, but it was the exact same roll twice.
You swing your mace, and he catches it on the haft of his axe, and he disarms you. Your mace clattering over on the road over here.
Oh no.
Can you show where again?
There's the mace.
Dang.
Green square. Okay. Next up, Aster, it's your turn.
It's me. I'm going to. I'm just gonna use my quarterstaff, and I'm gonna attack him with my quarterstaff. Let me hit that button.
Sure. And you have bless.
So plus a d4, which would be. Oh, so it's only an 11. Ooh.
That still hits.
Oh, it does?
Oh, never mind.
Sweet.
Yeah.
So for 6 damage.
All right. You whack him. Where do you whack him?
I'd probably just wherever's he's. I'm gonna say I'm just gonna take that off my back and just smack him in the face with it.
Yeah, and it seems like the shock sort of goes through his body and shakes all of his wounds, and he crumbles to the ground in front of you, beneath your mighty blow. Dead.
And then I'm gonna use my movement and walk up here, and I want to be next to Blue Boy, and I'm gonna use my bonus action to heal. What's her butt again? Claudia. And it's going to be
Okay, she just looks confused.
+1, so it's three hit points back.
Wait, Claudia or the dwarf?
I thought this lady was Claudia.
Nope.
No.
Oh, well, this lady.
Okay. Did you mean to do the dwarf last time?
That? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Which one's Claudia?
Claudia is this woman.
Oh. Well, that's what I meant to do last time. Was the dwarf lady. I don't know why, but I was thinking the dwarf lady was Claudia.
Okay. Yeah, the dwarf lady is still bloodied, but she's close to not being quite as bloodied. Next up, it is Ash's go.
So, I'm trying to figure out, like, Adhira, did she, like, call out at all when she was disarmed or hit?
No, I think she was taken aback because her swing was so bad. It was a natural one.
Ooh. I'm just trying to, like, know if, like, Ash would have hurt her or had any reason to be worried.
No, I don't think so.
Okay. In that case, Ash is probably just going to go and surround that guy, and be like, and brandishing his daggers. I'm just gonna say, like, "What are you doing here? What do you want? What's your deal there?" I'm just gonna, like, holding his daggers up as menacingly as he can.
Make an intimidation check with disadvantage.
Fair enough.
Okay.
Not bad. He just kind of looks at you and drops his sword.
That's what I thought. And I'm gonna kick the sword away so that he can't, like, pick it up.
Yeah, sure.
And I guess at that point I'm just gonna call out, Adhira, we got him over here. Everybody should probably move away from the fires, though.
Oh, yeah, we do need to put these fires out.
Well, I need some help.
Oh.
The
I don't really
merchants
have
run
much
past
movement
you.
left, but I guess I'll try to make my way up onto the cart as much as I can. I think I was here, so that was like...
Well, you're here.
I'm here now, but I was here, so I'm trying to figure out how much movement
sorry.
I had. So that's 10. So I have 15 left. I guess I'll make my way towards the cart so that I can get on and try to help her.
All right, this one has caught fire now.
Okay.
Not all the way.
So then this one then. I'll go up onto this guy.
All right, that one has also
can.
caught fire.
But it hasn't made its way over here, right?
Not quite. No.
Okay, cool. Then I'll stand up there and be ready.
Okay.
And take a look if I can see her.
Okay. You can see her over the cart if you hop. And you can see that she is not looking quite as rough as the old fella on the ground. But she is not looking great.
Adira needs our help, guys.
It is the dwarf woman's turn. She pulls back her spear and attacks the man in the ringmail.
Oh,
fuck.
Hits him. Does not her max damage. He's looking a little bloodied. Or no, wait. He's not quite bloodied yet. Sorry. That is her turn. Next, it is this guy in front of Adira. He is going to get in front of you, kind of cycle around you, and then he is going to swing at you with his battle axe. It is a 18 to hit.
Jesus.
Just hits.
Okay.
Jesus.
Max damage 11. Slash.
Fuck.
I'm down.
All right.
No.
No!
All right. Adhere drops.
And the count ends. Bless also ends.
Yeah, y'all feel all of a sudden that you are not blessed, meaning something probably happened.
Oh no.
Okay. Hey, next up in the order, Arden, it's your turn, bud.
So, assuming she just hit him, I think he's still a threat, even though he doesn't have a sword. So he's just gonna, because he's behind him, I'm assuming he doesn't see Arden.
Nope.
Arden's going to just pull back his rapier and just bash him in the head with the pommel
Okay.
for like a non-lethal attack, hopefully.
Yeah, sure. Roll with advantage.
How do I roll with advantage using my sheet?
You should be able to toggle advantage.
Okay, yeah.
All right, 16 hits, so you do 4 damage and then the sneak attack.
Sneak attack.
Okay, you do 6 damage. He is bloodied, but he is still up. Is that Arden's turn?
Yeah. Wait. Actually, would moving provoke an attack of opportunity?
It could, but he could only punch you if he wanted to.
That's fine. I'm gonna bonk him in the fucking head and just run past using what's it called?
Dash.
Cunning action with dash.
Okay.
To get, I could get here.
So
And
you would have
then-
to go around him. You can't move through him.
Okay. So 5 and then 10. So that. And then there. So I could get here with my full movement, but this being like 10 feet.
Yeah, so getting here, you would be at 45, and then you would get to 55, and then you wouldn't be able to make it out.
Okay. But could I get there? Because I moved 10,
Oh.
so that would be...
Yeah, you can make it there.
Okay. Yeah, I want to get there.
Okay.
And
Next,
I want to scream at the guy over Adira. I just want to yell, "Hey!"
so you are still prone.
I'm on the ground. Hey!
Yeah. Okay. And next up, Adira, I need you to make a death saving throw, please. The other group,
Fun.
all 3 people made them.
Ooh.
All right. So that's 1 failure.
Oh, no.
Yep.
Okay.
Damn it.
Next up, it is Aster. It's your turn.
I'm going to look at the dwarven woman and say, please don't kill him. Knock him out if you have to, but please don't kill him.
Persuasion check real quick.
Oh, God.
Disadvantage, I'd say.
Short.
She seems pretty miffed.
That you said methed, and I was like, oh.
No.
She's pretty methed.
Oh, dang it. An 11. And
Okay,
then
you do that.
Going to run 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. And I'm going to cast Frostbite on Bloody Boy.
Okay.
I need a DC 14. I think it's Constitution.
Yeah, he fails.
So it's going to be 1d6 cold. 6 points of damage.
Nice.
He dies.
Yeah.
You
Yay.
see from his like smashed in wound from Adhira's mace, there is a bit of stripped off flesh, and you see the under skin go icy blue, and then that ice spreads, and he falls to the ground dead. Okay.
Okay.
And next it is Ash.
Do I have a visual on Adira?
No, but you... if you hop.
If I hop, okay.
And
so
hopping in place, that's 5 feet of movement.
Okay, that's fine. That's fine. Let me see how close I am to her. Okay, so I am within 60 feet. So I'm gonna just get up as high as I can on like whatever the walls of this thing are.
Yeah, and the fire gets a little closer to you.
I don't care. I'm gonna look at her. I'm gonna be like, Adira, are you all right? Are you okay? You doing okay there? And then I'm gonna be like, Spark, we really gotta do something, okay? Can you help me out here? And then I'm gonna cast Healing Word.
So when you say that to Spark, Spark goes, "Gah! Gah!" And some of this fire that is right in front of you seems to be drawn towards Spark. And Spark sort of like drinks it in and kind of like turns his head like a bird who's really happy to be like getting a bath, basically, as the fire licks at him and doesn't hurt you.
Yeah. So that's what happens. So I roll a d4.
Yeah. I can I'll set some of your guys' stuff to work so that it's like an attack.
Oh, cool. So yeah, so it's 2 plus my crit. So you get 6 hit points back.
I'm prone, but I'm up.
Yeah.
Are you okay?
Thank you.
Yeah, of course, no problem. I'm really good at starting fires, but I'm not great at putting them out, so I'm just gonna get off of this here. And then I'm just gonna use the rest of my movement to like get off and come over here. So that was a bonus action. I think I'm gonna.
So it's 5 feet to hop, 10 feet to hop down.
Okay, so 15. So okay, I'll just come over here. It doesn't really matter. And then I'm gonna say to her like, "Hey, seriously though, like we kind of need him for information because we're gonna try and track down that like crazy Bloodbeard dude with the bear, the bear tattoo. So like, if you could not kill him, that would really be ideal because it's gonna help. Just don't kill him now, at the very least."
The human man looks at her and just says, "I surrender." And you make a persuasion check, just normal.
Okay. Persuasion. Yay!
It is her turn. She attacks.
No.
With a 22?
Yep.
Jesus.
And she hits, and she knocks him out.
Oh, cool. Okay, cool.
He crumbles to the ground, and she turns, and she says, "Everyone!" Oh, wow, that was way too loud. I'm sorry, I was very close to the mic. "Everyone, start working on the fires." And she walks over and starts like patting these down with a big old blanket. And the merchants start doing the same. Claudia walks over to you and says, I'm so sorry for... That's not what you would sound like. I'm so sorry for stabbing you. That was not... I did not realize that you were here to help.
I think that you might have me mistaken with somebody about 2 or 3 times my size.
Oh, yes, sorry. It was just the first person who I felt behind me.
Yeah, no, I mean, he's been stabbed before, I think. Don't know him that well. But he'll get over it.
Arden, you are still under a cart as it is being
Yeah,
smothered out.
Out of character, I just very quickly had to use the restroom, so I missed everything from, hey, we need him for information. Arden blacked out, and he was just like, I'm under a cart. The man I was going to kill has been killed.
I'm under a cart. I've got my own things to worry about.
This cart is on fire, assumedly.
Mm-hmm. My favorite Mariah Carey song.
Are we out of combat?
Yes, you are out of combat.
I'm gonna hop up on this part, and I'm gonna say, I'm gonna tell this person and this person, you might want to take a step back.
Okay. And she steps back, and
then
does this.
I'm gonna try, and I'm gonna use my breath weapon to do the cone of cold across this cart to see if it can, like, the ice would stop the fire, maybe.
Yeah. And you breathe it over it, and let me see how far your breath of ice
It's a
goes.
15-foot cone, yeah.
Yeah, you put out this one, and that seems to have worked fairly well. This one is still there, and it looks like it is ready to spread. And the frost that you put around the crumbling cart and all of the goods within is starting to melt.
Like, that's all I got for that, but then I'll try and do, like, frostbite as well, because it's a cantrip, so I can do it as many times.
Yeah, the fire fails, and it goes out.
Sweet.
As this fire begins to shrink, Ash, in your little pouch for Spark, he starts going... "Nyeh, nyeh." You might be muted for me. Ian? Everybody mind sounding off real quick?
Hello.
Hello.
Alright, Ian might be muted, or he might be away for a moment, thinking that the fire would be handled, so we'll just cut over to Adhira, who is on the ground.
She's just lying
go
on
to
the
Adhira.
ground now.
And next to you, there is also a horse lying on its side.
Lean over. You doing okay?
Yeah, I think so.
You need, like, any healing desperately right now?
One moment. And she clasps her hands together and says, Ashula Mazadan, thank you for my life. And she casts Channel Divinity. So, who isn't within 30 feet of me? I think only you and the horse.
Only me and the horse.
Let's see here.
Not me.
Nope.
Did you need health back?
I'm down 6, so...
You can get 6 back, and I'm gonna give myself enough not to be bloodied. And then I'm also gonna give 3 to the horse.
Okay, and you hear the horse go... and then all of a sudden it just gets up, standing, and kind of like does like a show horse trot around with its new leg working again.
I think we have a new horse.
I'm gonna go so much faster.
I will walk over and be like, I can talk to it.
Can you apologize for me?
Yeah, I take 10 minutes and ritualistically cast Speak with Animals.
Arden doesn't really feel the need to speak to the horse, so he's just gonna wander back to these people.
I think Ash is gonna... Cause
hey, Ash.
Hey.
Do you mind if I say something that I think you might have been away for?
Yeah, I ran really quick.
No problem. No worries. Just in case you didn't hear. While they're putting out the fire, Spark, looking at it, starts to go, "Nyah, nyah, nyah."
The dramatic pause is killing me.
What?
I didn't hear what you said.
Oh, when the fire is going out, Spark is like looking directly at it, and he looks up at you and goes, "Nyah, nyah." I've done that a lot of times now.
Yeah, I just kind of pet his head and I'm like, it's okay, that's not you, it's fine.
He like kind of ruffles under your hand.
Okay, well, alright, but everybody's around here, you know, we should... I'll make you one later.
They get the fire out.
Okay.
And the cart's gone.
Well, yeah, that cart and the cart that was right here are basically too far
Cinders.
gone, and all of the stuff inside them is definitely lost.
Ooh. I think I'm going over to, I'm gonna say like, Claudia? Is that right?
Yes, that is me.
Okay, cool. I'm gonna go over there and make sure that my friend's okay. Can you make sure that this guy is like taken care? Actually, you know what? I'll tie him up first. I've got some hempen rope. I'm gonna tie him up.
Yeah. Make a survival check.
Survival. Ooh. I kind of just wrap it around his wrists a couple of times, but I don't know any knots.
Yeah.
So.
It would be good if he were a halfling.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And instead, he has very large forearms.
And then I'm gonna go ahead and just make my way over to Adira and be like, and just make sure that she's okay. Adira, are you all right? I saw that you went down, and that like really freaked me out. Are you okay? Do you need anything? All right, she's dead.
Any?
I was muted, so sorry. What if she just died?
she just died.
She gets healed from the axe wounds, but then she gets a brain aneurysm and just...
I'm good, thank you. Thank you for letting the others know.
Of course. Does she still look like she's pretty bloodied?
No, she's back up to half.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna heal you for. No, I won't. I don't know how much we've got left, so I'm gonna save that last spell slot. All right.
She's just laying on the ground, but she gives you a thumbs up.
I give her a thumbs up back. I'm like, well, glad we could be of assistance. I don't know what else to do, frankly. There's everything looks okay. Who's in charge?
Claudia.
Like of us or of them?
Of them. You're in charge of us, obviously. And then I'm gonna walk away.
Thank you.
As you come over here, you hear the oldest of the men, who looks like he's about Claudia's age, say to the other two men. He says, "Go get those horses. We don't want them to be spooked too long. We are going to have to rest before we can move on." And then Claudia says, "Nestor, Giacomo was fighting that entire time. Let him rest. You go." And he looks back and he says, "You're right. Sorry, Giacomo." And he and the younger dude, who looks like he is about Giacomo's age, they go off to get the horses.
Has it been 10 minutes yet?
Oh, yes.
The horse that Adira had hit, I'm like, she said sorry.
That is all right.
Clop, clop, clop.
I'm like, all right, now that's taken care of. He said it's okay.
Can we have them? Or can they?
Excuse me, Mr. Horse. What is your name?
I do not have name.
But everyone should have a name. He said he doesn't have a name. But here, what should we call him?
What's the first thing that comes to your mind?
Biscuit.
Biscuit it is.
Do you like the name Biscuit, my friend?
Biscuit. A warrior name for a war stallion.
And he kind of stands all proud.
Would you like to come with us, Biscuit?
I do not have a rider now.
So is that a yes?
I do not have a purpose. I will come with you.
All right. We'd be like, yeah, he'll come with us. He seems to like the name Biscuit.
Thank you, Biscuit.
She said thank you.
Please do not hit me in legs again.
Oh, he said, oh, you're very much so welcome. And I say back to him, don't worry, she will not.
Deer's finally gonna get up.
Okay, Claudia is looking at Ash and Arden, and she's very thankful. She's very grateful. She keeps saying thank you.
Adira is going to pick up her mace and then go to where the rest of the group is.
Yeah, and she says, "Oh, thank you as well." Sorry.
No problem. Did somebody tell you your father knows you didn't take the lemons?
Yeah, the lemons. I said it, but fire, swordsman, the like. They didn't actually have any swords.
Did you just say lemons?
I said lemons. That was
Alright.
it.
Oh, did my father did my father send you?
Yeah, something about lemons. He told you to trust us, but
Oh,
it's fine.
that only my father understands that I did not steal any lemons. So that is. Thank you for coming to our aid. And you see the dwarf woman has climbed into the cart and opened up a crate and has popped a healing potion open and drank it.
Do you perchance have another one of those that I could have? I kind of healed you twice in that fight, so I can't really heal myself.
The dwarf woman looks at Claudia and says,
Claudia, should I give them one?
and Claudia just nods. And she takes it and throws it at you. Make an athletics check.
Oh, son of a biscuit, man.
Adira is going to walk up to her and say, "May I have one as well?"
She drops it to you.
Nice.
Athletics. Oh man. Oh god. Okay.
She drops it. It shatters against your chest. You get roll 2d4, and then we're gonna half that.
Oh no.
Oh, just from the potion like being absorbed into
Yeah,
the open
yeah.
wound.
This is an ointment potion. All right, you gain back 1 health. Or no, it would be +2, so you get back 2 health from the half of 5.
It wasn't just a 2d4 potion, so normal.
It's a 2d4 +2. Yeah. Oh,
Nice.
very nice.
Plus
I always-
2 in addition, right? So that's 8 hit points back?
Yeah, 8 hit points.
That's
Yep,
great.
I'm up to full again.
I always have the shittiest healing rolls for myself.
But
Other people I heal great.
You healed her very well.
But Claudia looks you all over and says, "Thank you. I cannot thank you enough. This was wonderful of you to do." And Bruna steps down and says,
Claudia, you need to go back to town. I cannot protect you on the road. I'm going to kill that fucker.
she
Is she
looks
referring to the man that we have?
tied up now. She looks out after Vignarvan.
Are you talking about the wizard?
She nods.
We will help you.
Same. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Did you know he's a cannibal?
Yeah, did you know he's a cannibal though?
Like,
Wait, didn't he take somebody from your group here?
oh
Yeah,
fuck
and
yeah.
then Claudia goes, he's going to eat Menace.
Menace.
Oh no. This is horrible. Can you save Menace?
I mean, we can certainly try.
We will save Menace.
Please,
Now that we've got 2 horses, our cart will go a lot faster.
he's a good young boy. And then the dwarf looks over at the tied up man and says, we could rest until he wakes up, and then ask him where they will go.
I think that's a good idea. Is anybody else hurt?
I'm good now.
I'm fine.
Aster still kind of raises his hand. It's still a little.
Are we thinking we're about to take like a short rest?
You're about to probably take a long rest, or short rest, depending on what you choose. We are about to wrap up the session.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and cast Healing Word again on Aster.
Sure.
Just to bring him up.
Thank you.
Save then hit death. And I basically just go over to him and I'm like, you're gonna be all right then. Don't worry about it. And I kind of just like flick a little fire, just like magic fire into at Spark as subtly as I can, and you get back 1d4 plus 4. How do you do that again? This way. So you get 5 hit points back.
Great.
Are you feeling
Thank
good,
you.
or do you need more?
Yeah, no, I should be fine. Thank you. Thank you. And can you use an herbalism kit to like wake somebody up?
Not quite. I don't think a herbalism kit would have like smelling salts in it. But Bruna says, "My name is Bruna. I'm the dwarf woman."
Oh.
And then she says, "Next time, in the next 5 seconds, I'm gonna say something very funny or very offensive," and that's where we'll end the session. So that was a whole lot of fun.
Yeah.
I hope that you all had fun. So we are going to play next Monday at 6 p.m. And it will be just like this week compared to last week. It will be another new group of characters. But Ian and Connor, 2 of our players, if y'all don't mind sounding out so that they know.
Hello.
Hey there. After here.
The 2 of them are going to be playing as 2 new characters, and from our first stream, Aaron and Nathaniel will be joining us.
What?
So
Cool.
Look forward to that, and then next Wednesday, Logan and Emmy will be back, also playing new characters. Yeah. So hope that you had a lot of fun. We're all going to say our great sign-off phrase on this, my favorite screen of all these streams. Let's, on the count of 3, we're going to say the sign-off phrase. 1, 2, 3. Don't forget to go to PetSmart.
The seeds.
Bye, everybody.